I cannot wait till they go 6-11.
Everything.
Week 1.
Yeah. 25, averaging 20 plus points. That's only happened one other time.
Reed was going to NFC Championship game. He even went to a Super Bowl.
He went to like 5 or 6.
They got a hell of a team. They call plays.
He probably had.
He had a little crew in there.
I mean, he had a
That cowboy song,
yeah.
Yeah, something. I don't know what he had.
He had a cowboy song.
I'm gonna find a video.
It's funny because, that would have been wild, him having a cowboy song.
He had on like cowboy. The video was crazy. I remember
He was
that.
Lil Nas X first.
You sure that wasn't? That's what I was gonna ask.
Yeah, he was the first Nas
It's
X.
the first
How
Lil
we
Nas
sounding,
X.
everybody? McCona was.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I wonder how Lil Nas X doing. He's still out here doing music, which is crazy. Yeah. Yep. What up, Rob? I'm the cat. Alex Hayes, Godtrail 92, Big Lou. Appreciate you guys. Head over to well, don't go now, obviously, but make sure you guys check out Dead End Gaming. I was over there watching them before we came on air. They are playing some game called Helldiver. Is that the right? What is it? Helldivers 2. Yeah, Helldivers 2 is what they're playing.
What's that about?
It's a third-person shooter, so it looks somewhat like, no, not like Destiny. What's that other one? War or something? No, not that one either. I don't know. Jalen, what is it? Yeah, it looks like Fortnite.
Oh, it's like Fortnite.
Yeah. But yeah. Oh, then I definitely wouldn't be playing that shit. That Fortnite shit was too crazy for me, bro.
Yeah, I saw like my nephew like 2 minutes of playing that shit. I was like, nah.
Oh, Fortnite?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's too much.
Nah, I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm good.
nah, it's way too much for me. But all right, well, you guys not here to listen to us talk about that. We're here to talk about sports. So let's get into it. This is the place where sports opinions collide. That in sports. I'm your host, Kenneth B. Inch. Joining me on the show, we have FIFO.
What they do?
Shelton.
What's happening?
And Spike.
What up, though?
Yeah, we thank you guys. Make sure you guys hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, leave a comment, and share the show with, your friends, your cohorts, your colleagues, your contemporaries, everybody, bro.
People you hate.
Yeah. And if you don't like somebody on the show, share it and tell them why you don't like them. So, yeah.
Get that hate off.
Yeah. Yep. So, let's go ahead and jump right into it. We got some NFL news. To the point where I was just little strays of like, Russell Wilson here.
About Russell.
It's Russell Wilson, bro. Black household.
He done crossed over,
Yeah.
Women asking about what's going on with Russell Wilson.
Yeah, he's definitely crossed over. Yeah, that's when you know you made it, one way or the other, bro.
Yeah. When the wives start asking the girlfriends, you're like, okay, yeah, he famous now.
Yep. Those are the names. But yeah, the Broncos are going to release him, and Kirk Cousins' run as a Viking is about to come to an end as well. Wow. So, where do you guys think they should go?
Well, let's talk about the how historic this event is. We're talking the most dead money ever in the history of the NFL.
What is it, 85 million?
85 million
Over
dead
2 years.
cap.
You must really don't like a nigga, bro.
How could you? I'm gonna say, you know how much you gotta hate. You gotta hate a nigga to get rid of him for that.
85, bro.
85, bro.
Man,
That is nuts.
And they gotta love you. Because you need, what, 4 years to bounce back from that at least?
And they're still
Because the
paying the
next 2
previous coach.
years, they got to love Sean Payton.
For real.
They got
They
to
do.
love him.
They do. But you know, it's Sean Payton. He's a household name, so you can't get rid of him. You got to take the lesser of the two evils, which is, you know what I'm saying, the quarterback, because we seen Sean Payton win. We saw what it looked like with Russell Wilson. I felt like Russell Wilson had a solid season.
He did.
It wasn't, you know, I wouldn't characterize it as a superstar season, but it was definitely a bounce back season. And their issues weren't necessarily because of him. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see how Sean Payton bounces back. Ken, where do they go from here? You got to go young. You got to go draft your guy.
Who, the Broncos?
The Broncos.
That's what
Or
Mark Kelly said. They ain't work out for him.
wow. Or you know, you go get you a veteran. You know, I know obviously Kirk Cousins is on the market. Kirk Cousins is a Sean Payton type of quarterback, meaning that he's not gonna force too many things. He's gonna dink and dunk. He's gonna play Sean Payton football.
I'd jump off a bridge if I was a Broncos fan. You got rid of Russell Wilson to go get Kirk Cousins.
But Kirk Cousins fits the system.
Yeah,
though.
and Kirk Cousins had a really good year this year. He really did.
I'm not taking anything away from Kirk Cousins. I'm just saying that's not a fix to get rid of and eat $80 million.
No,
not
but
Kirk Cousins.
No, but you
either
know
I'm
what
gonna
you
take
could
my
do, though?
next guy in the draft, like you said, which I agree with, or I'm gonna do something different than what I just tried and didn't work, and I wasted.
But here's
$90
the
million.
thing, though, where the Broncos are, I'm not saying that they can win the AFC West, but they can be extremely competitive. They could be one of those teams that you don't want to see come playoff time in the wild card round, right? The quarterback that gives you that is Kirk Cousins. I'm not saying you don't draft your guy. You just because you're probably not going to get the guy you really want, right? So it's going to be either in the second or third round that you may get a quarterback. Let him sit a year behind Kirk Cousins because you can compete with Kirk. It's not like this roster is the Carolina Panthers. You know what I'm saying? Where you need everything. This team is
see where they drafting it.
Huh?
I said,
No,
I'm
you
listening.
good.
I just want to see what
You
they
good?
They're drafting 12th.
Oh, they can get a guy.
Maybe like Penix.
You got a deep.
They like
Bo
Bo
Nix.
Yeah, you got
They
a
like
deep
Bo Nix.
draft. And
Seattle likes Bo Nix too, though.
Yeah, you got a deep draft for quarterbacks, but once again, you got to ask yourself, how ready is this team to win? This is not a bad team
It's not.
at all. So
It's not.
That's the reason why you can stretch with a Kirk Cousins. Once again, Kirk Cousins had a great season.
But
we
why would
see
I
with-
do that though if I'm not ready to win? Why don't I just throw somebody?
Because
in
you
there?
could
No,
compete.
not
that's what I'm
going
saying.
to
They
sign-
are
You're
ready to
competing.
win. They
You're
have
competing.
they have players in place to win.
But you signing the third best quarterback in the division though.
It is,
I would rather if I'm gonna make the switch, then let me go ahead and get my dude and get him in there and start getting the reps. I think you said that. Like, go ahead and get in
I
there
didn't say
early.
that.
You ain't say that. You
No.
don't get him in there early.
no, I didn't say that.
I'm
I said you
saying
go
it then.
get a Kirk Cousins and still
No, I was
draft
talking
your
about
guy.
another situation. As far as if you know you can find a good quarterback, one that's talented, one that you like, a Sean Payton guy. I would rather go ahead and get him now versus kicking the can down the road and we got an okay roster we can compete.
But we're
See, I
not
wouldn't-
saying
going
I
that.
against
wouldn't
Justin
do- I wouldn't
Herbert and
do
you're
it.
going against Patrick Mahomes, bro.
I
I'm
would
not
not-
signing Kirk Cousins to sign up to play those guys.
Well, see, that's the thing, Pat, and I understand what you're saying because I'm not a Kirk Cousins huge fan. I'm just looking at the year he had, and if you have that roster, you see what he does with Jordan Jefferson. You know, they breaking records doing what they do, and he doesn't get a lot of the credit. But at the same time, he's the one that's doing it. He's part of it, the tandem. So you put him in a situation like that with those receivers they got out there because they got some guys, even though Patrick was hurt.
End of the year.
And you know they got some nice little pieces. Jamal Williams in the backfield. You can win now. That
think
defense is stout.
I think
We see what the defense does.
I think they signed up to suck for the next 4 years.
Who's Jordan Jefferson? What's the guy? Justin Jefferson?
Justin
Yeah.
Jefferson.
On the Broncos.
No, Justin is.
Oh
with
no
the
no
Vikings.
no! They don't have a Jefferson on the Broncos.
Right.
They
Well,
have
Chris Sutton had a big year.
yeah.
Bro,
Sutton
he-
is good.
Justin Jefferson.
Cortland Sutton,
Cortland
and then
Sutton.
they
I said
have
Chris Sutton.
Patrick, the other receiver, and then oh boy,
Judy.
He pretty much.
But
done.
that's the thing.
does.
If Kirk Cousins was out there throwing to Justin to clean up some of those mistakes, bro, and make Cousins look a little bit better than what he probably really is right now.
Oh, he does.
And-
He does.
But
Then he had Jordan Addison that was thrown to.
True.
I guess. If he
But
was
Kirk
still-
Cousins is still viable for the Vikings. They're not all the way, in cahoots of letting him go. Like they
They
want
want
to
him
see.
back. They
They
said
want
they
him
want
back.
him
They
back.
want to see where the injury's
back,
at.
though. I don't think he want to go back. is what the report is coming out.
It's all about the
Which
money.
would be crazy to me.
So let me ask y'all this: as far as if you're the Falcons,
Mm-hmm.
would you go Kirk Cousins, Russell Wilson, or a rookie?
Man, the easiest thing to do if you're the Falcons, you need to be trying to get Justin Fields away from Chicago.
Yep.
Chicago's hands are tied. Well, we're gonna get to that, I guess, but their hands are tied. They got to draft a quarterback at this point because who's gonna trade with them? Ain't nobody gonna trade and give them what they want for that pick. And the league is putting their feet to the fire. They're going to draft a quarterback. You don't want to miss. We talked about it last week. The generational talent. You cannot miss a generational talent and go on. This has the opportunity to be that in Caleb Williams. You can't let that go past you.
I think,
And then saying that the Falcons need to go ahead and pick up Justin Fields for
I
a
agree.
third-round draft pick and
Keep it moving.
run this thing.
because it gives you the most. We and I talked about this last year or going into that last season was that they have the most movable guys, the most positionless guys in football. And we knew that the head coach and the OC didn't take advantage of that. Bijan didn't get the ball the way he needed to get the ball. Kyle Pitts didn't get the ball the way he needed to get the ball. And I'm not saying that Justin Fields is otherworldly, but what I'm saying is with all of the wrinkles that you can run, because we saw Russell Wilson's legs ain't what they used to be. Not saying that he can't still hold the ball and go downfield. He can still do that. And he still throws one of the prettiest deep passes in the league. But Justin Fields gives you a dynamic that we haven't had since Vic.
I can't believe y'all. Both of you guys are saying that you would take Justin Fields over Russell Wilson
Yes.
Yes.
and Kirk Cousins
Yes.
and possibly a rookie. And
Yes.
you're going to give up a third-round pick.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yes.
That is
You
insane.
seen-
Y'all seen what Justin Fields can do?
Yeah, we've seen his talent. He's shined.
He's had moments.
We showed you.
What?
He's
We
had
showed
moments.
you. We
Don't
showed
make-
you his
don't make us
stats
bring
next
up
to
his
Lamar.
stats. Exactly.
We showed you what he can do.
But
You
Kirk
add that
Cousins,
roster around
has
him?
also showed you what he could do. Russell Wilson has a Super Bowl ring. Now, it may not have worked out in Denver
Nah,
like
that's
you wanted it to,
revisionist history.
but
That player don't exist no more.
Wait. Let me.
well, I mean, where's the player that Justin Fields y'all acting
Wait.
like he
What
is?
are you saying?
I would take either Kirk Cousins or Russell Wilson or just draft a quarterback before I went that route.
You do not. Kirk Cousins maybe because
I take Kirk Cousins or
he's at least
Russell Wilson.
efficient, but Russell Wilson, hell no.
No, man.
I think Russell
it's
Wilson
relevant.
fits better with Pittsburgh.
Okay, if Russell Wilson, they claim that he's willing to take the veterans minimum, which is $1.8 million.
Yeah, 'cause
If
he
he's
can
coming
make
in
the
at that price, y'all not taking him?
I've had Justin Fields.
No, he
Justin
can't
Fields
play
has a
anymore,
higher
bro.
ceiling
No.
right now. We
Just said he did. We just said Russell Wilson had a decent to solid year last year.
Justin Fields' potential has not been tapped or expanded in all these years in Chicago.
Yeah,
What Atlanta has in terms of weaponry
unlock
will
that.
allow to unlock that, and then we will know. Hey, this is either could be our guy or he's not the guy. With Russell Wilson, we know what he is, and he's on the decline.
Yeah.
He's no longer an ascending asset.
I don't know that that's not better than what you think you're gonna get.
What
from
I'm saying
Fields,
is, right
though.
now,
The ceiling
they're
is
around
much
the
We
higher.
ceiling.
don't know that.
The ceiling is much higher
You're
for
saying
Justin
that
Fields.
because you think that he got a bad rap in Chicago.
But
Russell
we know
Wilson-
what Russell Wilson.
we
is.
know it.
Exactly.
Y'all
We
don't.
know it.
He had the Broncos ready to go to the playoffs last
No,
year.
Why did they
your-
go to the
your-
playoffs
Your
then?
best
Because Sean Payton doesn't like him and he put him on the bench.
Nah, he
and
was-
then
he was-
before they would
no.
let him come back, they wanted him to change his contract and say, "Oh, we won't pay you if you get hurt."
That's true, but we saw what he looked like at times. He made bonehead plays. At best, we can
can't
hope Russell
believe-
Wilson can be Baker Mayfield. That's the best thing you can hope for at this
Baker
point.
Mayfield
That
went to the
bounce.
playoffs last year.
You're right. That's what I'm saying. But that's it. That's the limitation you get. But with
Look,
Justin Fields, we don't know.
Spike, let me put this out there because Chad Ochocinco and a couple of other people in the NFL that has the inside have said that the most likely scenario for Russell Wilson is Pittsburgh. I feel that Pittsburgh is a way better fit than what Atlanta is. Reason being is that he doesn't have to come in there and be the culture. What happened in Denver when he was trying to be the culture? Let's ride. And you rode the hell up out of here. You know what I'm saying? You go to Pittsburgh, we already know what the voice of that entire organization is Mike Tomlin. And we are going to win. And we have a defense and we have weapons. They have 2 running backs. Hold up. They got a tight end and they got wide receivers. We saw Kenny Pickett couldn't get the ball to him. He couldn't get the ball to George Pickens. We saw toward the end of the year, George Pickens' numbers started to rise because they started to feature him more. We already know what Russell Wilson brings. He's going to bring you leadership. He's going to bring you stability, right? That's what
The Falcons need.
No, the Falcons need a playmaker. He's no
They
longer
got
that.
the playmakers, FIFO. That's what I'm saying. Like, everybody that you named, they're the playmakers. And I'm gonna let you finish. Is it a personality thing y'all are saying, or y'all think that Russell Wilson doesn't know how to play football anymore?
No,
I'm saying he don't know how to play football.
No,
been saying that, though,
Russell
but he had
Wilson
a
can
good
play
season
football.
last year,
He's
King.
on a decline.
Yeah, but
He's
that
on a
decline may be
here's the
higher
other thing,
than
too.
what Fields
And then
will
here's the
ever
other thing,
get.
too. Here's the other thing too. Both Russell Wilson and Kirk Cousins are 2-year players.
Okay,
You're not.
that's what I'm looking for from the
But
Falcons.
Justin Fields, if Justin Fields could tap into his potential,
That could be
we're
a
talking
franchise.
another
Y'all
10-year
been
quarterback.
saying that for 3 years.
Okay,
man.
and sometimes, Spike, it takes a little bit of time for
Like
you to
even with him
develop.
tapping into his potential last year, like y'all think he had a decent year. They won 3 games.
But you saw
4 games.
Did you
Russell
not
Wilson,
see,
y'all said sucked. They almost went to the playoffs. Why wouldn't I take Russell Wilson?
because
who was the head coach?
Who?
In the Broncos? Sean Payton.
Payton.
And who was it?
Y'all
the year
laughed at
before?
me when I called him top 5 coach.
But
He's not.
I didn't. No, I agreed with you.
I did, and I
agreed
still
with you.
do.
So at the end of the day, when Russell Wilson didn't have a top 5 coach, what they look like? Not the playoffs.
Well, he had the worst coach
All right,
possibly
and
ever
we saw what it
in
was.
NFL
So
history.
how can you not apply that to Chicago?
What do you wait?
How
What
can
do
you not apply having a good quarterback with a bad coach and not winning games?
Well, Chicago didn't fire their coach though. That's what I'm saying. Like
Okay.
Chicago is acting
exactly
like
why he need to go.
They acting
exactly
like
why he need to
Eberflus
go.
is good.
What happened with Justin Herbert? Justin Herbert made the playoffs 1 year. That man threw over 5,000 yards, and we don't complain about Justin
He had a
Herbert.
terrible coach too.
Exactly where he at, gone.
Right.
So what I'm saying is, Spike, if we could apply that logic to Justin Fields and give that man the benefit
Why
of the doubt,
Chicago didn't fire their coach then?
for whatever reason.
That's what I'm saying. That's crazy to say. To your context, they kept the
Are
coach.
they
and
a
they
good,
get rid of
are
the
they a
quarterback.
good organization
They
or are
get
they a
rid-
bad organization?
I'll tell you that it's a black quarterback. It's different standards for black quarterback. We all know that to be true. He's looked at differently because he's an athletic quarterback.
Y'all doing
and
the
they're
same
gonna-
thing to
they're gonna
Russell right
question.
now.
They're gonna
He
no,
black. Y'all doing it
We
to
only
him.
question half
No,
his
we
game.
saying that there's other better fits.
Yeah, the fact that his like I
Y'all
said,
saying y'all would take
And he got
Justin
a beard
Fields, who's
anyway.
not as
Yeah.
proven
Yeah,
over
them
him.
blackface.
Yeah, that's what
Yes,
it is.
because of the situation. The situation in Atlanta is this. They have a very young core.
Bro,
AJ Terrell's going into his 4th year. We're talking about Kyle Pitts going into his 5th year. We're talking about the wide receiver that they just took 2 years ago.
Right.
Bijan
London,
Robinson
Drake London.
is a year in. This is a young core.
Yes, and you're telling me that you would bring in an unproven leader, someone who your only ability you're talking about, and a rookie head coach, and this is the dude we're gonna give our franchise to?
Question, Spike. How many years Russell Wilson have left?
Maybe 3.
2.
So in those 2 to 3 years,
Yeah.
what are your goals?
They
Bringing him
should
to the Falcons?
be trying to get Ritter to be better on the bench.
So it's not to win the Super. So with all
Oh,
that
you
talent,
with Russell?
yeah.
Oh, if I bring Russell in,
Yeah.
we win in the NFC South
What else?
easily.
No Super Bowl.
Easily.
Not maybe not the Super Bowl, but the
Then you don't need
team,
him.
the team that Russell leaves in year 2 or 3 would be ready when that next quarterback takes over to like the jump.
But
that
you're
you
gonna
have,
lose those guys.
the Alex Smith to Mahomes jump. If
Yeah,
they got a
but-
good quarterback.
But all that young talent you got right now on those rookie deals, they'll be
They'll be in
gone.
there last
So
year.
if
Pitts will be
anything, I would say Kirk Cousins would probably be a little bit more efficient with those weapons with the right OC than Russell Wilson.
I would be more apt to listening to that than I would saying I would take Justin Fields over him.
Yeah, that's why I say it depends. If you're in win now mode with the young talent and you can go ahead and you got enough cap space to sign a guy, a proven vet that can come in, which is sound like what you're trying to do, then Kirk Cousins will probably be a better fit.
I would agree with that.
So look,
I would take Cousins over Wilson. Yes,
as a general manager, it's your job to think about the present and the future, right? With a very big emphasis on the future. If you sign Kirk Cousins to a 2-year deal and you get right, you're more than likely going to be in the playoffs or in the playoff hunt, right? Like that's minimum expectation.
home playoff game at the very least.
Minimum expectation.
Right.
Where does that put you in the draft to draft that guy? Right? If you give up a 3rd round pick for Justin Fields that has the hold on now. Hold on, brother. I'll let you go. You raise your hand. Why people raise their hand to be able to speak? So let me speak. If you give up a 3rd round pick, sometimes 3rd round picks don't even make the roster. Sometimes, right? For a guy with the potential to be a 10-year quarterback, or at the very least, you let him walk and still have your 1st round pick for the next season to draft higher and get the guy. How does that not make the most sense?
Third round
Where I'm playing potential right now, But if it don't work, guess what? We have a good draft pick. He can go. We ain't got to sign him.
Because I don't know if he's good. That's why.
But that's the
I don't
that's
know.
the point, though.
Like if
Spike.
I bring Justin Fields in, I don't know that I'm winning the NFC South.
Exactly.
I do know that.
But
if I bring in Kirk Cousins or if I bring in Russell
Spike,
Wilson, I know that.
But Spike, if you lose it, you get a high pick. And just like Ken was saying,
Then I wasted a 3.
Well, what's a 3?
That's a good pick, bro.
Not for a potential quarterback that could be a 10-year quarterback. Yeah. Not for that.
You use a 3rd-round pick on you know what Justin Fields is as far as that's concerned.
I don't even know where y'all are contexting and saying y'all know what Justin
these other
Fields
guys
is.
that's in the draft.
Man, what you been drinking these last couple of weeks?
JJ McCarthy. JJ McCarthy is gonna.
Y'all giving Justin Fields way too much.
They putting JJ McCarthy as a 1st-round pick. Now they're grading him as a 1st-round pick.
That don't got nothing to do with Justin
Are
Fields.
you consulting with Nick before the show?
So how is JJ McCarthy in comparison to Justin Fields in your opinion?
Huh?
No, I'm asking him how.
JJ McCarthy is sorry. I'll tell you that too.
So if he's a 1st-round
Fields
pick,
better
you
than
think
him?
Justin Fields couldn't be a 3rd round?
Well, the Falcons aren't going to take McCarthy or whatever his name, and they're not going to take him in the 1st round.
Even if they took him, even if he was drafted in the 2nd round, he's already moved up because they already talking about it. That's what they're saying is he's like I said, they're saying he's a 1st-round pick.
It's going to be the same thing as Zach Wilson. Like he's not good. He may be being evaluated high, but I think y'all are doing the same thing with Justin Fields based off glimpses of stuff that you've seen in Chicago, but we've seen him long enough to know that he's not a winner. He's not a winner.
I just can't say that, Spike. I know that.
Why? Why wouldn't you be able to say that? You watched him last season.
Yeah, and I seen flashes
and you seen him lose all of those football games in a row.
I heard his stats was like Lamar Jackson.
That's what I was gonna say. We said
Lamar Jackson won though.
Yeah, but
one of the biggest
better
stats,
coaching.
It's a team, and
one
it's
of the
a
biggest
team
stats
game.
for
He had a better
quarterbacks is
roster.
wins and losses, though. That's
Better
what we grade.
coaching.
We grade
He had a better
quarterbacks off
coaching
wins
and
and
a better
losses. Y'all
roster.
would
Better
agree with
coaching.
that, though, right?
Better coaching, better defense,
Grade
better roster.
quarterbacks off wins and losses, right?
And how do they get those wins and losses?
By everything that you guys said. But at
Exactly.
the end of the day, who gets the blame for the wins and the losses? The coaches and the quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm. And it's 50-50, and he had a bad coach.
Y'all shooting
Right,
Justin
but when
Fields
you-
a lot
but
of
when
bail
you-
is all I'm saying.
Now, when you're doing an evaluation, you go to evaluate the whole thing, and I'm gonna see the fact that he had flashes in those games because I watched a lot of those Bears games. The boy can play. The boy can play. It's just a matter of him getting in a situation where he can flourish and do what he needs to do.
He has talent. I don't know if he can play. He got talent.
Well, you know who else can play?
Who's that?
LeBron James.
Ooh.
The first to score 40,000 points. He accomplished that in a losing effort. Unfortunately, one in which I think they had the lead too. But you know, it is what it is. But yeah, 40,000, which is crazy.
That's crazy.
Got to mention the other stats with that, Ken. 40,000 points, 11,000 rebounds, 10,000 assists. And the reason why I say you got to mention that is because there's no other player in NBA history that even has 10,000 points, 10,000 rebounds, and 10,000 assists.
Will anybody come close to doing what LeBron has done?
No.
Not even Wemby.
No.
Wemby won't get the scoring.
I don't think he's going to get the
scoring?
assist.
No, well, let's he's not going to get the
He won't get
the
none of
assist.
it because.
But what about the scoring?
I
Because
just-
Wemby putting.
What? Not the scoring, Ken, because I don't see Wemby playing 20-plus years.
No, that's what I'm going to say. When you're that tall,
7'6".
you're gonna be fragile. You're gonna be breaking down a lot quicker than most.
Than Bron. Wemby can, I think he'll probably be up there potentially like in rebounds and blocks, but scoring, I don't think he's gonna play long enough. And here's the thing: you got to average 27 plus for 20 plus years and play 70 games a year to get 40,000. And here's
Wait.
another.
Wait. Say that again.
You got to average 27 points, play 70 plus games, and play 20 plus years to get the 40,000. Also, did you know this, Ken? LeBron is the youngest to hit every scoring milestone: 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, all the way to 40K. The youngest player to ever do it. I don't foresee anybody surpassing that. And the reason why I say that, look at how long it took anybody to get near Kareem. And he pushing the number, and he not slowing down. He's not slow. Even if he comes back next year at 18 points, he's gonna put this scoring record so far ahead that we're gonna need somebody like Steph Curry to be Steph Curry from day one. It's utterly ridiculous, like where LeBron is putting some of these stats.
Dang, man. That it was what game was I watching? I think it was that comeback against the Clippers.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, how is he still doing this?
16 times in his career, he's outscored an opponent in the fourth quarter by himself.
Did you watch
16
that game, Spike?
It was right after I said he wasn't.
See?
I think he watched the show.
See, that's what I said. I said it.
Yeah, Spike, you ain't answer my
I said
message
it.
too when I asked you.
I
You
straight
saw people
ignored
going
that.
crazy for him, right?
I straight ignored
Yeah.
that. You, Twitter, everybody was on my ass with it.
Because your takes be crazy, Spike. You got to admit that
That's
shit.
what I'm here for. But no, LeBron James can still play basketball. I never said that. I just said people not showing up to see him.
That's crazy as hell.
Well, the Clippers wish that didn't happen.
I know.
'Cause, man, yeah, that was.
He's still the face of the league, man.
That's unfortunate for the NBA.
It's not.
Have a 21-year vet
It's
as the face
not.
of your league.
Not playing like this.
Yeah,
That's
as
rough,
long as he playing like that, I can see why it can be unfortunate because at this point it should be somebody else at this point.
It should be Jason
But-
Tatum or somebody.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
at the
best
same
record in
time,
the
it's a
league.
positive for the old heads out there.
Only because he's still performing at a very high level. Now, if he was the face of the NBA averaging 12 points a game, that's different. And I would definitely argue the point that the NBA has a problem. But if LeBron is still LeBron, year 21, that's actually really good for the NBA to say, look at KD, look at Steph, look at even CP. We got older statesmen still performing at a very high level. So that talks to about the nutrition, the health, the player state of mind, all of that type of stuff. The longevity of the player, it can be argued that it's longer now. And then the thing is that there are players that are up and coming. Ja, I still think, in my personal opinion, and I talked to my brother today that runs the AAU program, and he's like, he still feels Ja is the face of the league because kids resonate with Ja. They don't resonate with Jason Tatum. They don't resonate with Ant like that. So I think once Ja gets back on the floor and we see how sensational he is, he puts the off the court stuff behind him. I think he's the one that rises to the top as face.
You know, those other guys are not really tapped into young kid culture either, or even in any kind of way establishing some type of connection to it. You know, as LeBron is known for, like, what was the video that people made fun of? The T Grizzly. I think, he does those sort of things to kind of make himself
He's
a moment
brand,
or a
yeah,
meme.
that's true.
But he's kind of locked in whether he's forcing it or not. I don't see Anthony Edwards out there like that. His biggest cultural moment came when he said, "Show me the video." was that it? Show me the video or something like that?
That's it.
But Tatum, nah.
He's too quiet.
Let's. So when you were talking, I was wondering,
He's
like,
mild.
we know
Yes.
we know that. Okay, so LeBron, face of the league, Steph Curry gets a lot of publicity, a lot of coverage. When you said Katie, first thing that went to my head, I was like, man, are people really talking about Katie like that anymore? Who are the 10 players in the NBA right now that you'll put on Twitter and you'll see somebody talking about them?
Joker, Steph, Bron, Ant, Luka.
I see a lot of talk about Luka.
100%.
Shay.
They trying to sell Chet, but they need to stop with that.
No,
shit,
I said
bro.
Shay.
Oh, you said
Oh,
Shay.
I thought you
Shay,
said
yes.
Shay, yeah.
Shay, Wemby.
Giannis.
Oh,
Giannis.
Shay getting up there?
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
fuck Shay.
Yeah.
I've been seeing Shay everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, this is a wild
Giannis
card,
and-
dark
and
horse.
Joel Embiid.
Tyrese Halliburton.
Yes.
Tyrese Halliburton moves
Especially around
the
that
cultural
tournament.
needle.
Around the tournament time, when they were doing the NBA tournament.
He's kind of falling off a little bit, hasn't he?
Because he's been hurt.
Yeah,
He's been
Yeah,
hurt.
them outfits is terrible.
Okay.
he needs to
Embiid
stay on the
is another good one that
Embiid.
people that they'll cover. These are the people that moves the needle. Okay.
Like, when they're
Kyrie?
having a crazy game, people it's buzzing.
I do.
Kyrie ain't one of them
I'm with Domo. I do.
Kyrie.
So yes and
Yes
no.
and no. Yes.
Like
and no.
yes and no, because Kyrie has crazy moments. Look, this is also another crazy stat about Kyrie. Kyrie is in the top 10 in ISO basketball, and he's actually, I think he's either number 1 or number 3, the most efficient ISO basketball player in the whole NBA. He's also one of 3 players this year averaging 25 plus points per game, while shooting less than 5 free throws. He's averaging 3.5 free throws a game. So that just shows you the thing Kyrie is this season. but he don't move the knee because Kyrie will have like 1 or 2 wow moments in the game, but we're not necessarily talking about the whole game. Like, oh, did you see Kyrie dominate the whole game? Nah, but it's like, oh, did you see this layup? Like when we was at the cigar bar for B, he had this one crazy same side. It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
But yes and no.
Yeah, and they you know, Kyrie is kind of, you know, hit or miss with the media. You know,
You know what's going on.
Yeah. So he's kind of rubbed a few of them, you know, the wrong way, unfortunately. So they'll cover when he does something crazy, but outside of that, it was like, nah, we ain't gonna give you any shine, bro. Trey is starting to fall off in terms of getting that attention. The way that I
Trae
used
Young?
to see it, yeah.
Because you know what, Ken? Look, think about it.
Dame is like done.
Oh yeah, Dame is.
But we did mention Giannis.
We did mention Giannis. Shelter mentioned
Yeah, I
Giannis.
did say Giannis.
Trey Young hasn't had a big platform in terms of a game since the New York series.
Since he been losing, yeah. It's like, yeah, and even when he's losing, he ain't doing anything special. You got to go crazy. You got to do something crazy when you're losing, bro.
It's got to be
You got to
something.
keep your name in the spotlight.
Yeah.
So you know,
It's
His
crazy.
light is diminishing.
yeah,
It's
no, it
crazy
really
that
is.
they traded Luka for him. I mean, even though, like I said, it worked out, but Luka putting up some crazy numbers.
What about Brunson?
Nah,
People
he
talk
don't
about
move
Bronny?
like that.
Brunson.
Oh.
Brunson.
Nah, nobody give a. The only person who care about Brunson
It's Nick.
is Nick, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. See, he's consulting with Nick. He ain't no person. What the hell he doing?
Nah, the Knicks, but not like a name from the Knicks.
Yeah.
Nah.
That's it. You
Dang,
said
man.
Wemby. Wemby's probably.
I think Wemby,
Yeah,
bro.
Wemby
I
moved
think
Yeah,
Wemby.
he's like in the top 5, I would say. at
Yeah,
least.
100%. Because we ain't never seen this shit, bro.
Bro, it's
Look,
insane. I don't believe what I'm watching.
Yeah.
He's KD with like 6-7 inches on him, bro. Like it's pause. I saw Spike's face. I saw Spike's face. I said, why are you reacting like that? But no, we ain't never seen a motherfucker like Wemby do the shit he doing. Ken, I told everybody before he got into the league, he moves like a guard.
You did say
bro.
that. You was definitely saying that. You and my co-host AB was the first two that I was like, y'all was talking about how he was gonna be that dude and move a different way, and I will commend y'all for that.
Yeah,
'cause he
man.
has.
Like it's just the way it's the way he moves. It's just he moves like a guard. He's not stiff. He's extremely fluid. Step back handle. He got the pause game with the Rock. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it don't matter. Like he legit has a crazy bag at 7'6".
And there's a confidence about him too.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it looks like he's been in the league, been playing for like years.
And people go
Very
at
much
him.
like Luka, honestly.
Yeah, people go at him hard, and he's just so relaxed with his game. That's what makes him special. And it's not just one thing he's doing. His 3-point percentage for these last few games been like 40%.
Yep.
And he
hit logo 3. Did you see the logo 3 on the step back?
Step back.
What is
please.
this?
I mean, what can you do with him? You know, the defense is crazy. Last I checked, he was at 4 blocks tonight.
Yep.
So, you know, he gonna block 5 shots a game.
Yep.
What can you do with him?
Ken, we ain't never seen nothing like this, bro. Like,
But
The best defender for him is his teammates.
yep.
Not passing the ball.
here's what we need to do, though, Spike. We need to stop this right now. We need to stop trying to sell a Chet versus Wemby. They played against each other like,
Wemby
oh,
canceled
you know,
that the other night.
Yeah,
when he hit that
nah.
block.
yeah, hey, man, stop it, Chet. Stop trying to sell us Chet, bro.
They definitely
Stop.
are.
We know we don't care about Chet. They've been trying to sell us Chet since college.
Since they drafted him at high.
You know why though, Ken? Because
Why? Because he white.
no,
Yes, kid.
no, it's not because he's white.
It is.
It's because no, it's not. It's because he's the only American-born player that is a comp for Wemby at all.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Is he really a
American-born.
comp? Is he really a comp though?
So is Bo
He
Bo,
is.
bro. Oh, you said American.
He is in
his
a
Chet,
sense. He
man.
is. He's losing. He's losing the.
no,
He's
Like,
losing the
wait,
comp.
wait.
100%.
He's comp like in body style.
Right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
But when
exactly.
we talking about what y'all like, we
And
looking
skill level is
No,
nowhere near.
exactly. That's
No,
what
no,
I'm
no,
saying.
no. I what did I look, bro? I was
No.
pro Wemby. Y'all
Yes.
niggas thought I was crazy. I was pro Wemby,
Yes.
so I'm still pro Wemby. What I'm saying, the comp is that's the only person that he could compare to. but the skill isn't the same.
No.
Right.
The skill isn't the
That's
same.
how
I think
Look,
they're
that's
just
what
trying to
Kid
build it up so it's a rivalry.
At
type
the end-
thing.
because
They're
he
trying-
won.
Yeah,
No,
they need a
at
rivalry.
the end of the day, if those two teams played in the playoffs, who's going to guard Wemby and who's going to guard Chet? They're going to guard each
Because
other.
that's SGA's
make 'em
team, so it ain't even a
comparable.
question about. That's the difference. You know, Wemby's the guy. And with this Thunder team, SGA the guy. You know, Chet is a player.
Yeah.
He's a good player.
It is, but they pushing, they marketing Chet a lot, bro.
Yes.
Like
He's just-
the NBA media, they love them some Chet.
Yeah, and he's talented.
I'd be
He's always been
offended if I
talented.
was Wemby. Y'all was comparing that white boy to me. I say it every time too. Y'all comparing me. To
I put
this
it to you
dude.
like this. Obviously, Chet's not going to make this USA team, but at some point he's going to make a USA team because he came up in the USA program, 17 and under, all of that type of stuff. He's already played Wemby in international basketball. It's going to happen. He's going to make a USA team. Wemby's going to play for the French national team, and they're going to play internationally, and they're going to be playing for some medals. This goes beyond just the NBA. This is an international thing, and it's not like Champ. It's not like Chet. It's Chop Suey. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like he's a bum. He's not Wemby.
He's
Like Wemby's here,
bro.
Nah, he's better than I can. He's
No,
good.
he
He's
alright,
good,
bro.
No, he's good. He's good. Don't be disrespectful. He's good because you've been disrespectful to Luka. You've been disrespectful to Joker. You just turned the corner this season, Ken. So don't act like. Come on now.
bro,
Good,
like-
Come on now.
good and generational are different. I think that's all I'm
100%.
saying.
I'm not saying
So
nothing
why-
different.
if
We
I
I'm
both
just saying
sat
don't be
back there and
disrespectful.
praised Joker before everybody started fawning over Joker years ago, FIFO. I just, you know, I be trying to hold it down for the brother Spike. You know, that's what I be trying to do. You know, so I be trying on the NBA. You know, this colonization of the NBA that's going on right now.
the European wave.
But and I've always said Luka could play. My thing is people putting Luka up there. I got offended when they started putting Luka up there with LeBron and all this other.
Quick.
I was like, okay, wait, y'all need
Well,
to
the
slow
numbers
down.
say
Like I
that.
said,
The
LeBron
numbers
did
say
that.
that.
That's the only
Come on,
reason.
right.
That's the only reason I even said it because LeBron says it. LeBron says it himself. You ask LeBron who his favorite player is. He's gonna say Luka.
He wasn't saying that
Play style.
when
Like,
people
play
were talking
style,
about
right,
Luka
though.
like that.
The numbers say that.
What year is Luka in?
5,
What year did LeBron take the Cavs team to the finals? Drug him on his back.
3.
Yeah, they were, that's what I'm
That's what I'm
saying,
saying. It's
bro.
like-
They were.
It's different.
You know,
It
you know
looked
what
the same, but it's different.
No, you know
How
what
it's
the difference is?
Same thing with Chet.
The athleticism.
Yeah,
If,
by far.
if Luka could had a 45-inch vertical,
But he
can
don't,
run and
though.
jump-
That's what we saying.
No, I understand, but that's the difference.
But he can't.
That's the difference between the two.
He doesn't impact the game or his team the way that LeBron used to.
That's the difference between the two. Because everything offensively that Bron did, Luka can do, minus the dunks. He can get to the lane. He gets other people open. This, that, and the third. He dominates. He controls pace of the game, right? The difference is athletically, he can't guard or dominate other people of either his size or smaller or bigger. He can't. He doesn't get blocks. He's not a great help side defender. He's very pedestrian on the defensive side of the ball, where LeBron was not, never has been.
It don't sound like a good comparison to me. I don't get
it's
what-
not a. It's
You
not
just did that
stylistically,
twice
it's
with
not a-
Chet and Wemby, now with LeBron, and I see
Yeah.
what you're saying. I
it's
see
not a
some
con- it's-
similarities.
yeah.
It wasn't numbers. It was accomplishments.
Yeah, it's like
it was just like,
they're
come
like,
on, I
oh,
need-
these
No, it wasn't
guys are the
accomplishments.
same.
What are you talking about
that. It was
accomplishments?
just
What
saying.
Luka done?
Yeah, no, it wasn't even that. No, it wasn't even that. It was just the fact that
Play
he
style.
played just the style of game and the style of play. Even though it's different, it's still similar in the
How
in the
they
two.
manipulate the half court
Bro,
offense.
y'all
though.
eyes don't be open, bro. Y'all don't be.
What do
woke
you
enough for me.
mean?
I be trying to get in front of all the shit I be seeing when the media was trying to do that shit, and Luka had a couple of failures. Then they kind of slowed down a little bit. But at least when I watch Luka and when I watch Joker, it's like it's Larry Bird, white boy code. Does Chet have that?
No,
No,
absolutely not. Closest thing to that is we talked about last week. Sabonis is it.
Yeah, so get Chet up out of here, bro.
But Sabonis wasn't that year 1 or year 2.
I saw Sabonis get locked up. the other night.
Sabonis grew
in
into
playoffs.
that.
He does. He
It was
as
the other
far
night
as
he got locked up by somebody.
yeah, he's not that great of an offense. He's not that great of an offense
Because he's not that special. He's really good, but he's not superstar.
He ain't got the ability that those two got.
He's
Those
an all-star.
Them two can
100%.
hit any shot on the floor. There's not a spot on the floor that you can't guard. You
Joker
don't have to
and
guard Luka.
Yes, Joker and
And
Luka are
Joker.
superstars.
Yeah.
Chet, I think, is an all-star. Has maybe superstar potential. I don't know. Just because
This
of
is
the
gonna be
high and
tough.
size and the skill ability gives him the ceiling of potential superstar. But I'm not going to give that to him.
No.
I definitely think he's an
He's
all-star.
a solid ball player.
100%.
Yeah, he's
100%.
Friends all-star.
Is Joker head and shoulders the best player in the league?
I would.
I wouldn't
so.
say head and shoulders, but he's the best right now.
You said yeah.
He's the best player.
I would think him and Luka. It's a.
Those
tough
are the
run.
best two players in the league.
That's crazy to say.
I
But
think
it's
Luka
true.
top 5. I don't know if I put him
I'll
2.
never say
Man,
that
Luka
shit,
got
Spike.
28 and 7
Spike,
at
I would
halftime right
never
now.
say that
Luka
shit,
scored
bro.
20 plus a half. A half.
Jeez.
Cause he a ball hog. That's why.
I don't
That's
even
why.
know nobody else on Dallas.
That's
team.
why.
Man,
He get assists, Ken.
Luka get
So
all
you-
the
that's
stats.
your
he
1,
be
2,
chasing
And it's
assists,
not
bro.
that
Who your
padding,
2?
bro.
I don't know who my 2 is.
Y'all know
Right
Luka's
now,
stat
at
padding.
halftime, Luka got 28.
Probably Giannis.
6 and 3.
Giannis is probably 2. Only because Embiid's hurt. If Embiid wasn't hurt, I'll put Embiid 2.
Giannis still ain't my 2.
You got Luka at 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, Luka's not 2. He's top
got
5.
to.
Luka top 5. I don't know if he's 2.
Luka be getting buckets, man.
I'm
They
not
can't,
saying
who
he
gonna
don't.
stop him?
I don't.
What is
Who
the
can
world
stop him
coming to?
anywhere?
This why black folks running to Trump. This shit coming to the NBA now,
No,
bro.
no.
Shit first.
Man, look. Man,
Damn.
look. We
I
done
told
seen-
you the NBA was
we done-
getting colonized. Y'all thought, oh, you
No,
thought,
that's
oh,
not
man,
true.
bro.
We've seen Giannis get shut down. No, we've seen, not get shut down. We've seen him get slowed down. You ain't seen Luka get slowed down yet.
Shout out to Marty McFly.
SGA may be the one.
Giannis is averaging 31, 11, and 6 on 62% shooting. To me, and if you don't want to say Giannis at 2, Giannis is top 3. I can't put Luka top 3. I think Luka top 5.
Let me tell you what Luka doing.
Oh, so you don't even got him at 3.
Nah, I
Man,
think
that
Luka top
crazy,
5.
bro.
I think he's right. I think
Luka's
he's either
leading
4th or
his
5th.
teams in points, rebounds, and assists. 34, 8.9, and 9.7.
Bro, Luka could have 8 NBA titles.
He's leading them in
And I
steals.
would never
He's leading them in
say-
steals too, 1.5. So you can't. I mean, like I said, find another one that's doing all that.
His team 6th
Wemby.
though in the NBA. 6th in the
Bro,
West.
what is the world coming to, man? We just Jesus Christ.
I think if it ain't Giannis at 2, I'll put Tatum at 2.
So what?
I think
Speaking
they're the top 3.
Tatum at 2 with
Giannis at 2 for me. Giannis at 2, Tatum at 3.
with
Luka
Boston. Speaking of
Tatum
Tatum,
over. Oh wow. Give me
speaking of
SGA.
Tatum, oh, well, no, I'll come back to that later. 50th win. They destroyed the Warriors. The Warriors thought they had it going, bro. They were like, hey man,
They
shit.
talking and everything.
yeah, shit, we back, baby.
Back and back, letting people shoot. Like, y'all, you go ahead.
They
shoot
thought
that.
they were back, bro, beating up on the
Okay.
Rockets and shit. Man, 50 something.
They got smacked so
Yeah.
hard.
50-point loss.
You know they're the only team in NBA history to have 3 50-point wins in one season.
What will that mean at the end of the year? Is this the year?
No.
It has to be the year, Ken. You know the reason why I sent something, and I'm trying to pull it up in our chat, in regards to Phil Jackson's 40-20 rule. And essentially what that means is if a team wins 40 games before they lose 20 games, they're considered an elite team. 27 of the last 30 NBA champions fall in the 40-20 category. There's only 3 exceptions. 2004 Pistons, 2006 Heat, and the 2021 Bucks, right? Who are the 40-20 teams this year? Boston, Denver, Minnesota, OKC. And out of those 4 teams, who is playing the best basketball right now? Boston. Now, here's the thing. What have I said about Tatum? Got to get mentally tough for the playoffs. All of this, I done seen this before, and his team is even better. If he's mentally tough, this is the year that they win the chip. But if I'm a betting man, and I don't put money on games, but if I was a betting man, my money goes to Denver. They've been there, done that. I trust Joker. I know that they're not healthy right now, but I know that they know that the most important thing for them is to get to the playoffs healthy. That's all they got to do. And they're going to be a contender. So for me, out of the 4 teams that are considered elite this year, Boston is the best team. But Denver has the chops.
So Boston versus Denver, you're taking Denver.
I got to see what Tatum looks like throughout the playoffs. Because if his mentality right, that's the better team. I'm taking Boston. But if Tatum is wavering, like I have seen him in the past, I'm taking Denver all day.
I think it says a lot about Tatum playing on a team as good as he's playing on in a weak Eastern Conference, and you still can't confidently say, I think this is their year to win a chip. Because if it's not this year, what year would it be?
Because they have. I definitively said that this is the year for them to win.
Not just you. I'm just saying people in general. Everybody has the same sentiment that you're saying. Like, oh, we got to see what Jason Tatum's like.
Because
usually, if a player were in this position, my bad, it would be MVP Tatum. Wait till they're going to run through the Eastern Conference. Those were the narratives that you would usually hear in the NBA. But now, like you said, this is the only team to beat a team by 50 3 times in the season. And I heard some crazy ass stat that they got the same stat as the 9-loss Golden State team and the 10-loss Chicago Bulls team as far as points differential that they average in beating their opponents.
I think it's like 11 points.
Yeah, like
on average.
That's the highest since those two
100%.
teams, 72-10 and 73-9.
We know,
but nobody is giving them credit for.
But when we look at those two teams, we know that Michael Jordan was mentally tough, and we knew that Steph has been there. You know what I'm saying? So we gave him the grace, even though he didn't win Finals MVP. But it is what it is, and they didn't make the Finals 73-9. But that being said, and this is why everybody's path in as your career is different. Some people, right? Some people's path is ascending in terms of they get to this point and now you're in the MVP conversation. And some people have to prove themselves in the playoffs to then next year be in the MVP conversation. Because I think that's where Tatum is right now. Because Tatum has been to the conference finals multiple times. He's only been in the league 5 years.
That 73-9 team didn't go to the finals? That 73-9 team didn't go to the finals?
Lost.
They lost in the Western Conference.
I ain't say they won. I said they went. But
to the Western Conference, they didn't go to the finals.
Yeah, they lost to LeBron.
Oh yeah, they lost
the Warriors.
My bad, I'm tripping. And I called that series 2.
But here's the thing though, you just said it. He's been to the finals. He's been to the Eastern Conference Finals. He's done those things. Like any other player.
But he hadn't crossed the hurdle.
Any other player,
jumped that.
but I'm saying any other player that usually it's of the ilk that we're saying that Tatum has. When you had Jordan battling the Pistons, and you had Shaq before he got to L.A. and they won, and you had Kobe shooting the air balls against the Jazz. When it was time and they were on those high-performing teams, there wasn't a doubt. You know they had gone through the fire. So the question becomes, is Tatum really one of them dudes? Because he's had the test. This should be the year we're saying, Jason Tatum gonna win it.
Yeah,
100%.
But we're not.
But because we've seen the same song and dance. We saw it last year.
So he may not be a dude.
That's why I said, when Ken asked me a direct question, I gave you a direct answer. It may not have been what you wanted, but at the end of the day, if Denver and Boston play, I'll let you know by the way that Tatum has played through that playoffs. Because it's not a skill thing and it's not a team thing.
That's tough.
It's a mental thing. Because when you get to the playoffs, the rotation goes between 7 and 8 guys, maybe 9 depending on how deep you are. Right? Pause. I was on point at that time.
Two people.
You know what I'm saying? So, and here's the thing: I'm playing against Shelton's team. I know all your plays, bro. I know your tendencies. Playoff basketball is not about the first, second option. It's a third, fourth, fifth option. How patient are you gonna be to get this play off? Are you gonna run it all the way through? And then when the plays break down and it's one-on-one, are you mentally tough enough to overcome? Right? And this is the example that I used just in last year's playoffs. When LeBron got swept by the Denver Nuggets, did he go out guns blazing? He did. Right? Even though he was hurt, we talked about the ankle and this, that, and the third. He's 40 years old, 39 at the time. Right? Going through it. But he still gave you a 40-point triple-double. Jason Tatum had a twisted ankle. He was out the game. That's mental toughness. That's mental tough. The same way that same Miami Heat team bullied Trae Young, they bullied Jason Tatum. You cannot get bullied because you have to be the bully when it comes to the playoffs. And that's my only question about Jason Tatum. I don't have to worry about Al Horford. I don't worry about Jalen Green for different reasons. The difference of a championship team is Jason Tatum and his mentality.
And Jaylen Brown.
Oh, I said
Jalen Green.
Oh yeah,
worry about Jaylen
Brown.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you all this. Because I heard all the Warriors, the Chicago Bulls, all this other that. Do they look as dominant as those teams?
Yes. Boston? Yes.
Like when you watch the Warriors play,
yes.
you can't.
No, at times they look really really good, but they don't look as dominant as those guys. That was a different level. It was like, man, what are you gonna do to beat these?
Yes.
So 350 point.
I'm talking about when they play all the games, not just those
you
three.
can't.
I understand.
You're looking at a micro like they lost tonight to the Cavs.
That Warriors-
They're gonna lose games,
Of course.
But
Cavs
the
beat
point
them
of it
tonight
is,
with no Donovan Mitchell.
huh?
The Cavs beat them with no Donovan Mitchell tonight.
Yeah,
Yes.
somebody named Dean Wade, according to the chat.
Yeah.
The Warriors look
Dean
like
Wade.
unbeatable, bro. And so my question is, you're questioning certain aspects of Tatum, which I agree, or one aspect of Tatum, which I agree and understand where that sentiment coming from, but as a team, do they look like these are the guys and they're just going to run through the Eastern Conference Finals and with no competition?
You don't think that they're going to run through the East with no comp? Who's going to give them comp? To me, the only team that could give them comp is
Milwaukee.
Yeah, that's the only one.
Yeah, you still got Milwaukee.
But
there.
I think they're going to beat them.
They
When
should.
Embiid coming back? When Embiid coming back?
Oh, he got to get back in shape.
Yeah.
That's a wrap.
that's
That's Cincinnati.
that meniscus is tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like especially for a 7-footer. We saw D Wade get through it, but obviously he had, issues down the
damn, I didn't know
road.
that.
We saw Russell Westbrook go through it, you know what I'm saying? He's still who he is. But at the end of the day, I don't see anybody outside the Milwaukee Bucks really challenging Boston like that. They're going to run through everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Miami could be a thorn in their side because
Cleveland is formidable.
I don't trust them.
Yeah, we saw what happened to them
Yeah,
last
I
year.
don't trust those guys. D. Mitch, I don't trust him in the playoffs. Love Darius Garland, but is he a bully? I don't know. I know he's an ankle bully. He be making people dance all over the damn court. But can he elevate his game? Can those two guys be a 1-2 punch that's averaging 25 plus?
They too small to go against Boston in a 7-game series and plan on being effective. I mean, unless you have Mobley guarding Tatum.
Mobley can't guard Tatum.
That's what I'm saying. You sure can't put D. Mitchell or Garland on Tatum. So what do you do?
Hey, that's why coaches get paid millions of dollars to coach. Because you got to figure
Or
out.
Rocco or whatever his name will be guarding Tatum. But it don't matter if he can't stop him. Porzingis has been the key, though. Porzingis
Yes.
has really
Porzingis
been playing
has
good
been
basketball.
He's the difference.
And has been pushing this team. And that's the piece that they were missing is that third person that can get it done. On any given night, he's the leading scorer and he making stuff happen. And he stretches the defense better than Al Horford does, even though you still got
And you still got your mans from Milwaukee too.
Drew
Holiday.
Your Holiday playing.
And I agree with you. KP is the bigger of the two between him and Drew. But literally and figuratively. Literally and figuratively. However, Drew Holiday is very important because you don't lose anything by giving up Defensive Player of the Year, Marcus Smart.
Yeah.
Right? But you gain the offense because Marcus Smart.
Damn, is he hurt? Where he at?
Who?
Marcus Smart.
Yeah.
He's in
Memphis.
Jeez.
Is he playing?
It's just because they're not winning, so they're not being talked about.
Damn.
I think he hurt though.
He might be. He's been injury prone the last couple of years. But with Marcus Smart, you don't lose anything defensively. You gain offensively.
Yeah.
Drew is not trying to go out there and be the leading scorer. But if there's a night you need him to, he can.
He'll
and
come
he's a
up in the
way more
playoffs,
efficient
right.
catch and shoot player. So this team is what I always talk about when you put in pieces to the puzzle together. They're extremely complementary from 1 to 5. And even on the bench, like these guys' games are now complementary. What did I say last year? Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum can't play together. But what was the reason? They needed a point guard.
Yeah.
Marcus Smart wasn't that guy. Marcus Smart is not a play initiator. Drew Holiday is. That's why that's why they look dominant now. Because they have a play initiator. It's not your turn, my turn.
Stretching the floor.
And then you have Porzingis stretching the floor. Now you got dudes that,
You got to guard all four corners now. You got to guard everybody.
And then they're playing Horford and Porzingis a lot with Tatum and Brown and Drew. It's like, bro, all of these guys can hit threes. They could all be the ball handler and pick and roll.
They can go small and bring in Derek White. So they got pieces. It's just like I said. I still don't think they're as dominant as we thought those teams were, because you still got those teams in the West that you even said yourself you believe in Denver more than you believe in them. So
in the 7-game series, yes, in the 7-game series.
So in saying that, that's the difference. Those teams, everybody was like, "That's your championship team right there." You know, everybody rode that wave. It wasn't like there was somebody else that they believed in more, that they would have bet against them on. There was nobody I would have bet against that 73-9 team. Nobody, the 72-10 Bulls team, would I have bet against them on.
And that's because of the regard you hold Curry and Jordan, though, right? Because y'all just explained
The teams, though. Those two, of course, yeah, but the team more than
y'all
anything.
Y'all just
But
explained the hell of a team.
You're saying the leader.
Y'all just explained the hell of a team, though, with the
leader is the
rotation.
difference.
Yeah.
Look, I'm going to tell you somebody that I love listening to, especially when he's talking playoff basketball. Shaquille O'Neal. Shaquille O'Neal always says, if you that guy on the team, your average has got to go up.
Yeah.
If you average 25 during the regular season, you got to average 30 in the playoffs. You average 10 boards, you got to average 13, 15 boards in the playoffs, because that is required of the best player to ascend to win a championship. And that's why I say, for me, Tatum, he's averaging, I think he's like 26, 27 this year, 30 plus. He's averaging 30 plus, they win a championship. He's at average or below, they not winning.
You're not sold that he could do that, though, right?
I think he can. I think he has the potential. He hasn't done it, though.
Yeah.
So I'm not. That's why I'm not putting my money on him.
Would you put your money on Spike's power rankings?
Oh, hell no. I'll send them a Cash App $1. That's about it.
Oh, man, it is showtime. Spike's power rankings.
All right, my power rankings this week. Most pressure to win a title. Fresh off of that conversation. Number 5, man. This man was in Siberia. He going through it. He tired of playing Xbox. He got to win a title. Damian Lillard, man. You can go to Milwaukee to leave.
Move him up
Tired of snow. It's snowing. It's like, I don't want to do this.
Wrong kind of snow.
Right.
Dang,
Wrong kind of snow. He tired of Xbox. Number 4, I didn't realize this guy was hurt as significantly as you guys, till you guys just warned me about it. But number 4 was Joel Embiid. The performance that he had this year, flaking on those games against Joker and Denver, I think this was really a year that he needed to come through and win in the playoffs. But he's hurt. Number 3, big deal when he went to L.A. They've been playing lights out up until the All-Star game. They kind of struggled coming back from the All-Star break. But from how this team has been playing, all the ruckus he's causing, all the stops, this is finally seeming like a place that he should be able to win in the playoffs with, especially with the supporting cast. James Harden. Number 2, we don't talk about him a lot, as Ken said. I feel like another championship is needed for the career of Kevin Durant. The regard that we give him as a basketball player, he needs another ring, especially with what happened in Brooklyn. And number 1, we just talked about him. Like, this is the year.
Wow.
The most pressure on him. He's on the best team. He's one of the top players in MVP consideration. This should be the year that you can go out and win a championship. Your biggest proponent on your end, or one of them, would be Joel Embiid, and he's hurt. So you only possibly got to go through Giannis as another superstar in the East. Pressure's on Jason Tatum. Most pressure to win an NBA title.
I like that rankings, except I would move Dame Lillard up.
Up?
Yes, he should
Really?
be more. It's more pressure on him at this point, in my opinion. Dame time. You playing with Giannis. You got you got out of the situation you were in. It's time for you to step up and play.
Where would you move him to? What spot?
Like 3.
Yeah, he should be at least 3. I was thinking.
Yeah, because he's playing with a championship core.
You could switch him and James Harden, and this would have been right.
Yep.
Because James Harden, we ain't thinking about James Harden.
And it was middle of the season trade versus beginning of the year trade.
And
that makes a big difference.
And he
coming
has
into it.
Giannis.
Yep.
So you're the missing piece. James Harden was just, we
Well, it
didn't
looked
expect
like he the missing piece in
No,
LA,
I'm
though,
saying
right?
he's playing well.
Right, okay.
But nobody expected him to go there and be the difference in LA.
True. I'll accept that.
Boston gave up a 32-6 run.
Against the Cavs without their superstar.
Yeah.
This is why we scared to pick them as being like, yeah, they going to win it. because they do shit like that throughout the season after a 50-point dub over the Warriors.
There's times when they.
But that's inexcusable, right? As a coach, that you utilize that for a coaching moment. But the reality of the situation is this: we know that championship teams, they get up to play the better teams in the league, and sometimes they play down to the level of competition.
The Cavs one of the best teams in the East.
Cavs not on their level though.
You don't tell the Cavs that. They don't know that.
Look at the standings.
Yeah,
They're
right.
not on the level.
Yeah, they just went on a hot streak to boost their record. I mean, it was, 13, 14 games in a row, something like that.
Cavs, right?
At one point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cavs are pretenders, bro. They are not contenders.
Yeah, nobody worried about the Cavs, bro. We ain't worried about them at all. Let's see what we got next. Let's jump into some second quarter news here. Caitlin, I love this white girl, bro.
She balling.
Face of
Caitlin
basketball.
Clark
team.
declares she is leaving Iowa for the WNBA. Will she bring more attention
Yes.
to the league? And is she one of the greatest college basketball players ever?
Yes.
She already has Indiana's ticket
Chopper
prices.
Caitlin.
Indiana Fever.
Indiana Fever, who has the first pick in the draft, their ticket
took
prices
your girl
I think
last
went
year.
up 22%,
Yep.
something crazy like that.
Yep.
So they're already selling tickets, huh?
They doubled.
It
Up
doubled.
50%,
Okay.
yeah.
So it's already through the roof. So she's already bringing attention to the league, and it needed a boost like that. And that team is a decent team. I watched them last year with Boston, Aaliyah Boston.
They
So
decent, but they picking first.
Huh? and she, I think Leah Boston was first pick last year. But they
she
gonna
was.
be-
They picked first last year.
Yeah, they'll be formidable, and she is one. She's one of the greatest in college basketball history. She is not the greatest in my opinion.
Who's the greatest?
Cheryl, you can say Cheryl Miller.
Pistol Pete
Cheryl
scored the
Swoops.
most points.
Oh, you talking
just
about?
passed him, though.
We not even talking about the men part. We just talking about the women's part.
She just passed Pistol Pete, right?
Yeah, she just passed Pistol Pete. There was something I watched in regards to Pistol Pete,
One, he didn't play as a freshman, and two, there
Yes.
was no 3-point line.
and there was no
And he
three-point
didn't play
line.
against black people.
Huh?
He didn't play against black people either.
Yeah, he
Pistol
did.
Pete did.
SEC wasn't
Yeah.
segregated when he played.
He played against black people.
No, he did
He
not.
didn't at
No,
all.
he did not.
All right,
SEC wasn't segregated.
Either way, he averaged 45 a game, and out of his 45 a game, 12% of his shots would have been at 3-point range. So honestly, he would have scored like 6,000 some points if
There's also
But to that point, she took less shots than he did.
because she had the 3, he didn't.
But she still took less shots than he did.
that's why.
Because
If she had taken the amount of shots that he had, she would have probably doubled his scoring.
Not necessarily because take away the 3-point shot
That's fair, but she still took less shots than he did.
because
If she had taken that many
because every
shots, she
shot
would have a lot
made-
more points,
because
too.
every shot she made count for one more than he.
Not every shot. It's most
The
of
majority
shots.
of them.
But the point is, she had less shots than he did. If she had taken more shots like he did, she would have a lot more points too. And he
that was
played,
a
and he
black-
didn't play against
I
black
can't
people.
remember her name, and I should have had it in my notes. But there's actually a black player. I can't remember her name, but she has
She
more
played
points.
for Kansas. They didn't acknowledge her because she was black.
No, the white ones.
And they were trying to say she's not the NCAA's leading scorer,
Mm-hmm.
but she has more points.
Caitlin Clark did acknowledge her. She did pay
she
homage to her when she
better.
passed.
That's her record.
Okay.
When she passed the the other lady, she did mention the lady from Kansas' name. I cannot remember right now.
But Caitlin remembers, huh?
Kayla remembers. She
That's a
know.
damn shame.
My
You know,
question to
she
y'all
should.
is this about women's college basketball. Is this a blip on the radar, or are things – because you got Juju, too, who's a freshman.
Yeah.
Like, is women's college basketball going to sustain having stars like Caitlin Clark?
Yes, and the reason is this, and I was just talking to my brother about this as well. We're not seeing it necessarily just yet in college basketball, but I'm starting to see it a lot, or not a lot, but a lot for women, more so in high school. They're starting to get above the rim.
AAU, too? Oh, I thought you were talking about shooting.
They're starting to get above the rim, and I think that is what's going to catapult the WNBA at some point when they could play above the rim, because the skill has always been there. You know what I'm saying? Women have always been super skilled. We haven't seen them, shoot like the shooting generation. This is the shooting generation. This is crazy. We ain't never seen nobody like Caitlin Clark. We ain't never seen nobody like Steph Curry. We ain't never seen, you know what I'm saying? Dame Lillard, like this is new, and this is what's taking over. I just watched a women's it was highlights Sierra Canyon versus Ontario Prep or something like that. I can't remember. You know I'm bad with names. But your team had this girl point guard, Steph Curry, like 2 dribbles past half court. She jacking around with you, splash. I'm like, oh my God, this is high school, and I've seen high school girls throw and catch lobs. I'm like, okay, the game is evolving, the game is changing. I think Caitlin Clark, like Jalen just, you know what I'm saying, confirmed, doubled Indiana's season ticket sales.
Yep.
We're going to see more and more women go into the WNBA, and this is going to happen. But I don't think the boom is going to happen until you see over-the-top basketball. Lobs, dunks, you know what I'm saying?
I don't think we'll ever get to the point where it's all that, though.
I don't think it's ever gonna be what the men because men if you're 6'4", you're yamming. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think that's gonna be the norm, but I think every team in the WNBA can have one girl, one
dunker.
woman, one dunker that could go catch a lob. Like
Do you think that's still important though? Like
Yes.
the 3-point shot is the sexiest thing in the game now. It's overtaking the dunk.
it's the new thing, but there's nothing like a dunk.
I don't know, man. Like Steph walk past half court and pull up from right there, and get the crowd going.
I don't say it don't.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's
I'm
just.
not saying it don't.
I see what you're saying about the dunk. That would be exciting for the women's game, but I think the leeway is going to come in and where they'll be able to catch up is because the 3-point shot is so exciting now. You get Juju Watkins pulling up from the SC. You get Caitlin Clark pulling up from half court to break scoring records, and I think that skill and sync steps. And shout out to Steph Curry because I think that's where it started and changed that. And that shows how transitional a basketball player he was that it went over to the women's game. But what I will say is the better that these ladies are shooting the ball and scoring the basketball, the more attention that people are going to start playing to it. And I think that they in good hands with Juju Watkins and Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. And I like the chick from Notre Dame too, but I can't think of her name.
The problem in that is the fact that 2 of those 3 that you named are going on to the league this year. So it's the next one.
Angel Reese leaving?
Yeah, she's. I don't know if she's declared already, but she
get another year.
Well, she getting paid more doing it staying than she would going to WNBA. To be honest.
Well, they debunked that. They debunked that though. They said that saying they tried to say that for Caitlin Clark that she would make more money an hour, but her endorsements are not tied in with NIL. She has her own marketing company. Well, a marketing company that she signs to, so she's not active to get her NIL money. So the same people that are paying her endorsements now, they're gonna be paying her in the league. Yeah, now she ain't gonna make a high salary still, but she still will get the endorsements.
Yeah, she's gonna have a shoe and all kind of other stuff too.
Oh, what do those look like?
No, I don't know.
I don't know what they're gonna.
Does a female athlete basketball player have a shoe?
Cheryl Swoops had one.
Really?
Who else had one? It's a couple of them. Yeah,
I don't
they
even
do.
want to know what them Cheryl Swoops look like.
Yeah, Cheryl Swoops, Air Swoops.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Cheryl Swoops started it.
So looking at the money,
Caitlin Cornchuckers.
Who the?
Asia got some shoes? Okay.
So looking at the money, this is as of the 2022 season. The average WNBA salary was $102,751. So it's come a long way because I want to say like maybe 5 years ago they were averaging like $35,000.
Pay no woman, man. But this sport is growing fast.
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
Like, I forgot what financial podcast I was listening to, but they were just going over the numbers and the popularity of how women's sports is just rising and ascending. And they're projecting the money. They're still looking at the money. Like, where's the money at? When the money gonna follow? So it's really interesting to watch. I mean, so yeah, it's crazy. All because of Caitlin, huh?
Yeah, and it's good that they are finally supporting.
You just said it ain't all because of Caitlin Clark.
He said all because of Caitlin.
Caitlin, yeah. I give Angel Reese a lot of credit
That's when it started,
too.
right?
No.
Nah,
Caitlin versus Angel Reese.
but I was gonna say Angel Reese had a lot to do with
The
that.
great racial divide.
Her personality
It
had a
was.
lot to do with that. As far as I'm here too.
And it's crazy. Neither one of those teams is the team that we need to be watching. South Carolina, shout out to
they number one. They undefeated
Dawn Staley
again.
and the Gamecocks, the second year in a row with an undefeated
But
season.
yeah.
So that's that team, and it is man, watching this team is frustrating at times because I watch all their games.
And
they're
to
not
double
the most talented
down.
team, but they're
True.
good.
To double down on not giving her too much credit, but I want to give her a lot. I think Juju might be better when she get to her
Thank you, Spike.
percentage.
There we go.
Juju has more
is a
skill.
beast.
Juju got more
Who?
skill.
Caitlin Clark?
Yeah. Caitlyn nice, but Caitlin's a gunner. Like she gonna just jack it up.
The show back now. Hell shit.
Caitlyn is dope, but Caitlin's a gunner, bro. Like she not, you know what I'm saying? She don't really set up offense. Like go give me 40. Everybody else go get the rebound. Juju is different. Like she skillfully, she's better in my opinion.
It's like when.
But I wouldn't say that she's a better scorer. I think Caitlin's a better scorer.
No, I think she's a better scorer. I think she's a better basketball player. I think she's a better basketball player.
She's a better overall basketball player.
I can't even say that though, bro. Caitlyn is nice.
What would you what would stop you from saying that? That's true.
Caitlyn is nice. Yeah, I did have
Great white hype is coming in basketball.
Damn, Caitlyn sucks, man. Juju,
you like black black quarterbacks, but you don't like black basketball players.
In the words of Don Imus, he don't like the nappy head.
I don't like these nappy head hoes.
Get all that Juju.
What do you see? Yeah, like what do you see?
I'm just saying how hard it is to stop Caitlin Clark. It's very difficult to stop her, and she led the league in assists, and what was it? Her assist was high too, so she does everything.
She does. She passes the ball well. She's a good passer.
So when I talk about skill level, she got that.
But you seen Juju play, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
It looked different though.
Oh yeah. Okay. Now as far as look, now it is different.
Yeah. Okay.
But to say she's better, that's kind of hard.
And she's just a freshman.
Yeah.
By the time I'm saying by the time she gets to where like her 4th year at USC, Juju might be able to leave early, like year 2. Next year, she may be able to leave. They didn't even let her play girls AAU basketball.
Dang.
That's how much better she was than all the rest of the girls around.
She's nice, though. She's super nice.
Let me ask this: do you think that there's ever going to be a woman head coach in the NBA?
Becky Hammond could have
because Pop gave her the first assistant coach for a woman. But because you talked about Dawn Staley, and I've always loved Dawn Staley. I used to have a crush on her when I was younger. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Point guard basketball thing, man. It is what it is. Mm-hmm. But that being said, I didn't realize that they were also undefeated this year. So 2 years in a row. That's some major accolades to be like.
And she got a beast coming in next year. I'm gonna find out the name. Mm. Okay, she's a big, but she's yeah.
And see, and Dawn Staley is number one a name, right? Her credentials back it up because you're talking about multi-time gold medalist. Mm-hmm. She's coached previous to South Carolina. I think at some point we're going to see a woman head coach in the NBA.
You think it'll work?
I think the right person could work. I think Becky Hammond could have because the way that San Antonio organization, like she was just another coach. Like it wasn't she's a girl. Like she was on point, and she used to coach the summer league teams. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so you can coach. I'm not saying you could go from summer league but I think Becky could have. I think Dawn can.
Who was that? Simone Augustus. I think that I think that's who that was. It was coaching Zion.
Really?
It was another coach.
She went to LSU.
Coach.
I didn't know she was coaching Zion. He needed.
They talked about her being the NBA head coach, but I don't know. The only thing about Dawn Staley is jumping from college to pro. Mm-hmm. I can see her being a men's college coach, but she's perfect where she is for the game.
No, 100%.
And she's Gino Ariema.
Ariema, yeah. Who was the lady for the Vols?
Pat Summitt.
Pat Summitt. Yes.
I ran into one of her players today. It's crazy thing about. I'll tell you her name in a second. I took a picture of her.
Yeah.
I talked to her today about Pat Summitt.
Well, hopefully it'll happen, but we'll see. Saquon.
Hold on, Ken. Before we go to football again, real quick, Adam Silver announced that they are going to expand the league. I've been calling for it for like 5 years now. The 3 potential cities are Las Vegas, Seattle, and Mexico City.
Oh my God!
One of those gonna get or two?
Two out of the 3. They're looking to expand 2 teams.
Vegas and.
Where do you think that they should go?
Vegas, Seattle.
Vegas.
Yeah, Vegas is a lock-in.
Vegas and Seattle.
That's a lock-in.
I would like Seattle, but I think they go Mexico City.
Why?
Because they're trying to expand
bigger market
abroad. What the league would want to do.
Yeah, and it'll be the second time because obviously we have the Toronto Raptors and we used to have the Vancouver Grizzlies, but it's the first time that Trump
not gonna let that happen.
It'll be the
They gonna
first
forfeit all
time.
their away games.
Going for that shit.
It'll be the first time that a North American professional team, establishes themselves in South America.
Yeah.
I think I feel like the NBA thinks they owe Seattle. Seattle think that they got done wrong with what happened with the Oklahoma City Thunder. Yeah. I think that they gonna right this ship because Seattle was one of their best markets. When
cities.
The Sonics was there, Sean Kemp and
But you know
GP was
the
there.
reason why the owner left Seattle. They wouldn't build a new arena. So Key Arena was old at the time. You know what I'm saying? He was, this was like the precipice of $1 billion arenas, and they didn't want to approve it. So he's like, we're gonna move.
Yeah, to go to OKC is some nasty work. Bro.
That is
gross.
That is.
You could have went somewhere else.
Anywhere else.
OKC, Oklahoma.
Yeah,
you finna
small
put us? I would
market.
have been so mad.
If and when that happens, this is the other aspect of it that I wanted to talk about too, real quick. Was I feel that Memphis and Minnesota should move to the East
Why's that?
because they're East.
Memphis was in the East at one point.
No, they was always in the West.
No, they was in the East one point.
Always in the West, guaranteed. Look it up. Because remember they
They were
the
Vancouver, so they
Grizzlies.
definitely was in the West.
So they was always in the West. And when they moved to Memphis, they stayed in the West. The reason why I said Memphis should be in the East is because they're damn near directly north of Atlanta. Atlanta's in the East. And then you look at Minnesota, it's directly north of Chicago or Milwaukee. So it should be in the East, especially if you're going to bring Vegas and Seattle. I think they should move those two teams to the East. But that's my little rant before we get back to football.
Okay. All right. Saquon is he the biggest non-QB free agent in the NFL? Has he been? He hasn't been. Well, with the free agency starts on the 11th, right?
It starts on the 11th. They had to franchise him in order
And
to
they're
keep
not
him,
going
and they're
to.
not going to franchise him. So him, Jacobs, there's two other, Derrick Henry, of course, and there's one more, Tony Pollard. There's another running back. I do think that whoever signs, that's going to be the most impactful free agent signing of the offseason because Carolina franchise tag Burns, which would have been the other one, as an edge rusher. But if the right team gets Saquon Barkley, that can
What's
put
the right team?
a team that's in competition to win a Super Bowl.
Houston.
What team?
Houston.
So you like Houston.
No, I don't like Houston.
Why not?
Because that don't –
You pair him with C.J. Stroud and them wide receivers they got.
what wide receivers they got?
Nico
Tank
Collins, Tank Dell. Resign Noah Brown.
I know they got Schultz at tight end.
They have everything.
Yeah.
That's all
Buffalo.
you missing.
I think Buffalo is the right answer. But me being – I'm saying Dallas.
But first of all,
Dallas for
Buff-
me. I want that to be very
That's
clear.
out the frying pan
Yeah.
into the fire.
Yeah,
with Dallas.
exactly.
Buffalo
Well, no,
don't
you-
have the money, and then they also have James Cook that really came on second half
But
of
if
the
you
year.
can get Saquon Barkley, you put Cook out of there. It depends on, and
How do you
again, it depends
afford it?
on what Barkley's going to take too. Because is Barkley going somewhere we want to win? Or is he trying to break the bank?
He gonna go
Now I
to
know he was
Philadelphia,
talking to
bro.
C.J.
Both.
Stroud, and they think that he going there. You gonna spend that money on a running back if you Houston?
Yeah,
Of course.
because
That's what you need.
because
you
you know
Houston?
yes, you know why? Because you're paying a rookie
Yeah, for the next
quarterback
3
rookie
years.
money, so you can
You
spend
can afford
elsewhere.
that. You can splurge.
Exactly.
I would agree with that.
and that's the reason why it makes sense.
And that's
there.
a splash. You get that man that kind of weapon out the backfield
Shit.
to go along with, like I said, that arm he has with those receivers and that weapon out the backfield. That's gonna be a tough offense.
that can
to
run and
stop.
catch.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wins the AFC South easily.
Oh, 100
easily wins the AFC South. Yeah, I would say Dallas, Houston.
Philly.
No,
How can Philly afford him?
how can they afford it? They got to run it back at quarterback.
They can make it happen. This is Howie Roseman. Come on.
Hey, let me know the
He's
cat
been
mechanics that they're
rumored-
going to use.
He's been rumored to be there.
The Colts franchise tag Michael Pittman.
Yeah.
Seahawks released Jamal Adams, Quadri Diggs, and
The
Will
whole
Disley.
backfield.
Golly.
So I think Seattle's going to save like almost $28 million in cap space by the move.
Good
Baker
riddance.
out of Miami.
Right.
And
Miami will be a good signing for him too.
Again, they had David H&M and Mostert.
and Mostert. Touchdown leader. Mostert.
I think Miami's fine
Barkley
with
is a
running
different
back by committee.
Yeah, they could be, but they would be better with Barkley. I'd say that, and that would protect Tua a lot more. Though, like not him, those little dumps to Barkley or running the ball a little bit more. I think that keeps Tua a little bit healthier.
I think one of these running backs needs to look at Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
Mike Evans just re-signed 2 years, $52 million. I think $35 million guaranteed.
Yeah, White.
Huh?
Rashad White is there.
But he not Saquon.
Right.
He not Saquon.
But he's a.
I'm not saying he trash. I'm not saying he trash. I'm not saying he trash, but he's not Saquon.
Yeah, he's just not Saquon. I see that.
And then obviously, Baker Mayfield had a really decent season, hit the best season of his career. So
You bring him back?
yeah, because I don't know. Obviously, in the free agent market, you're not going to be able to really improve. Is Russell Wilson a great improvement over Baker at this point? Not really. Kirk Cousins again coming off of the ACL. Is it a tremendous improvement? If they're on the same tier, might as well bring Baker back because he's younger than the both of them. So to me, bring Baker back. He had a really good, and pair him up with Mike. 2 year, bro. 2 year, 60 mil, 80 mil, whatever the going rate is for a quarterback now. I don't even know. Pay Baker that. Give Saquon some bread. You know what I'm saying? I think they're a formidable team with Saquon.
Todd Bowles and Russell Wilson seem like they would get along great. They would be a match made in heaven. But yeah, I agree. Baker already familiar with the system. I would keep him franchise tagging for another year.
No, just sign a 2-year deal. Something with not a lot of guarantee. Like make it very incentive based.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. We'll make it work.
Before we get into the super chats and call it a night, did any of you guys watch the NFL Combine?
I've been watching highlights. I've been watching the 40 times and stuff like that. There was this D tackle that ran like a 4.5 something. You know what I'm saying? And then they showed him in the drills like against like another D tackle that I was like, okay, well he just went up the draft board. Some of the running backs was very interesting in their 40 times. Blake Corum I thought was going to be quicker than what he ran. He ran a 4.53. I think he was in the top 10 of running backs. The fastest running back, I can't remember. Bigger cat. He ran a 4.33.
I remember that.
But no, I've been watching the highlights, Ken. I'm a stats guy. I like the combine. Combine is my thing.
Yeah. I was impressed with you. Did you ask who you were impressed with the combine?
I was just did anybody catch any of it? Yeah.
Yeah, I did. Rome Aduzier from Washington, the wide receiver. He was really impressive. And then the crazy thing is he wouldn't get off the field. He was trying to do the cone drill.
And messed up again.
Yeah, you seen it?
Yeah, I saw it.
He would not stop. He was determined to get that cone drill right, which, that shows some teams.
Where did he play? Where did he play at?
Washington.
And he couldn't figure the receiver?
Yeah.
He couldn't figure out the cone drill?
He could figure it out. He just kept hitting the cone. He couldn't get around the cone. He was trying to beat his own time. He was trying to hit a certain time. And he was like, I'm not stopping. He was impressive in his drills. Also, another name that's moving up is Joe Milton. Joe Milton.
I've been talking about Joe.
Yeah, I've always talked about Joe, and that's a guy that he got a cannon. And, he got nice touch, too. He don't get enough credit for what he does, but he's big, he's an athlete. He got the biggest arm in the league already. He can throw.
So 5th, 6th, 7th round?
He'll be picked before then. He's gonna slide. He should be like a third
or fourth. You know what the perfect scenario for him is? A team like the Giants. Because you know that you have a quarterback that's starting that's not the guy. You know what I'm saying? He's there because he makes the money. They'll take a flyer on somebody like him. We know Brian Daboll is the guy in terms of coach, offense, this, that, and the third. And I think that you want a young quarterback because Daniel Jones may not start the whole season.
You talking about late? Late for the Giants? Or you talking about
Milton?
Yeah, I'm saying, well, you would pick him late?
Yeah, I
got the 6th pick.
Huh?
You wouldn't take Penix with the 6th pick? If Penix is dead 6, if I'm the Giants, I need that.
Because you know what, bro? The amount of money that they're paying Danny Dimes, plus a top 10 pick at quarterback.
But
that's a lot of
he'll be on a
money.
rookie deal, and you only got to pay Danny one more year.
But see, here's the thing.
That's a lot of money
on
at
that
quarterback.
The thing about Joe Milton is they're saying he's the steal of the draft. A lot of people are saying that he gonna be a baller, and I can see that, man. I'm telling you, I've seen flashes.
You say that every year, Sheldon. You find some nigga to say that about
Nah, but
every year, Sheldon.
look,
And
do.
then we
Sometimes-
wonder what happened to the nigga. He ain't playing no more in week 12, Sheldon. You say that the 3 years
I
I've
like
been
Joe,
up here,
man.
man.
look, sometimes I jump on the Shelton bandwagon and I be having to jump off.
Now, I
like
think
Joe
Joe
to
Milton
stay
to
on
be
this
good,
one.
but I just if I'm the Giants, I would try to do something before, or either I trade back. But if I'm at 6, I may as well take a quarterback.
Nah, because look, you may lose Saquon, and I'm not saying
Well,
take
you
a
are.
running
He
back.
gone.
I'm not saying
gone.
take a running back, but they still need wide receivers. And you're right. They could trade back and still get 2
That's
wide
what they're gonna
receivers in a
get. They're
second.
gonna get. They're gonna get one of these wide receivers at the top because you still got Rome.
Because you could get Malik
still-
Neighbors there.
Yeah, there's gonna be some game changing wide receivers available at that pick. That's the move you want to make.
Yep.
Marvin Harrison, they got a couple players sliding up. They said that I think Neighbors, one of those guys, they were trying to say is battling with Marvin Harrison, which I don't see. But that's what they.
Those
just
are the
talk
top
to
two.
They
But-
talk during this time of year.
So there was, I can't remember who it was. It was either him or Rome or Duzier. But these guys are tough.
They've been talking a lot about Rome as far as being
Them dudes is gonna be some game changers. So I think I would even though I love Michael Penix, I think that I would pass on him and get one of those receivers.
Yeah, because here's the thing.
Pennis look good
He
throwing
did.
it.
He looked really
Oh,
good
he
at the
does.
combine. They said somebody said he had the best deep ball that they've seen in college football in the last decade.
He got
10
superior
to 15
touch.
years. Yeah,
The only question on him is his health, making sure he stays
yeah.
healthy.
He had
'cause
2
he's had a couple of
catastrophic
those-
injuries. Yeah.
Yeah, he's had a few different injuries, and he's been in the league for a while. I mean, in college football for a minute, but
Yeah.
Shit, Bo
And
Nix
that's,
have too.
and that's the reason why I wouldn't take him if I'm the Giants,
6.
because Danny Dimes has been hurt. He hasn't been available the last 2-3 years. I'm going to draft another quarterback with that.
So you're not convinced that they moving on from Danny Dimes yet? You think they gonna give him next year?
Because of the money involved, he's gonna be the starting quarterback
How
for the
long will he
Giants
be
next
out?
year. Who?
because he got
Hendricks?
hurt late. No,
Danny Dimes?
Daniel
They-
Jones.
they-
We can't call him that more.
Oh, okay.
No.
Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
Supposedly he's gonna start week 1.
Because he's hurt. He tore his ACL or something.
No one cares.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
But a couple of other questions. No comments about Worthy?
Oh, that's what I meant to mention.
I was waiting for you to go there.
That's where I was going, and I
Okay.
forgot. Man, that dude, he that's the.
What was his
Missed
40
that?
time?
Who's this?
What was it for?
4-2-1.
Was it a
something
lineman or
crazy.
something?
Huh?
He's a lineman. I
No,
missed it.
No,
wide receiver. Wide
Worthy.
receiver from Texas. He
okay, yeah.
he ran a faster 40 than Usain Bolt.
I saw his mom on Twitter talking.
I saw his mom on Twitter
uh-huh.
too. It must have popped up on our timeline. She's like, my son, the fastest
young.
dude.
Yeah, I'm like, this is mama.
Hey, you know what?
Talking about, hey,
I'm gonna say something. I don't know if they're gonna do it, but they should. Chiefs should trade up to go get that motherfucker right there.
Man, we
go get that guy. Because here's the thing.
I like Worthy, but I don't know.
But here's the thing, right? Like I agree. You're not gonna move up to top 10 to go get him. He's gonna be in the middle of the first round. If I'm the Chiefs, I go get him because we know the first wide receiver is Marvin Harrison. The second one, in my opinion, is Neighbors. The rest of them, to me, are around. They're in the same group. They're in the same bunch of guys. With Mahomes in them, we know what Mahomes look like when we could take the top off. We know what that looked
This
like.
dude might be Ted Ginn all over again.
I don't know about that, Ken.
Justin Ross. You remember
Justin
Ross?
I don't remember
no,
Justin
no,
Ross.
it wasn't-
Justin Ross got hurt though.
John Ross.
Ross got hurt.
Yeah.
Ross got
Yeah.
hurt though. Yeah.
Yeah, John Ross. Yeah.
Yeah, John Ross.
I don't know if he's that though.
He's a decent receiver.
No,
I-
yeah, but
Yeah.
I just go. You all you can do is run fast.
yeah, but I'm not gonna worry about the 40 time. The thing about
McCall
that,
Hardman.
Yeah, the thing about that is we talk about. I was talking to a guy. He played receiver in the league, and he was telling me because both him and his brother both played, and I asked who was the faster one. They both were wide receivers, and he said I'm quicker than him. He's faster than me though. So when you talk about fast and quickness, it's two different things. That's why Blake, Corum, what makes him special is he's quick.
He's
and
quick as
shifty.
hell,
So you
100%.
ain't, his 40 time may not be, 4 or 5.
He's not top
whatever,
end.
but what he does, he's shifty with it.
Do you guys think at some point the combine, as they continue to commercialize it because a lot I saw reports about NFL teams like, nah, we over this bullshit. Will it eventually morph into guys that are on the bubble going to the combine?
100%.
It always been that.
It's really
Stars used to
really
pull.
turning into that now because these guys now are opting out. Like, what you watch the tape?
Caleb Williams is
Caleb
like,
Williams.
I'm not taking no intellectual tests. I
Yeah,
ain't
he
doing
said watch
any
the
of that,
tape.
bro.
You want to know anything about me?
I ain't doing
watch the tape.
physicals. I ain't doing nothing.
Harrison?
I've never. Same thing. Same thing. Harrison said. They said watch the tape. You want to know about me? Watch the tape. Y'all know my lineage. You know who I am. I ain't doing none of that. I see you on draft night.
Yeah.
Drake May didn't go?
None of those guys went. And
Frank Gore Jr.
eventually,
didn't run the 40.
yeah, eventually the whole.
He need to.
Yeah, he really did. Eventually, that whole first round is just gonna sit it out. You can come see me on my pro day, maybe.
Yeah. My in-law was saying that. My cousin-in-law was saying that. I was like, dang, bro, you might be right. That would be interesting to see.
Unless
like,
they do something to take back the leverage.
Yeah, it's like, why does some of those guys
There's
need
no
to
way.
be there?
I don't
bro?
gotta
It's
do
just
There's no
like-
way.
So Ken, you originally started off this conversation by saying that some of the guys on the bubble going to the combine, moving their way up in the draft. The reason why I said that it's always been there. Who was that linebacker that got drafted to Seattle when?
Brian Bosworth.
Yes, and he moved way the hell up the draft because of the combine. There's always a handful of guys that make money at the combine because they were going to be potentially undrafted guys, and then they moved their way into the sixth, fifth, third
that's what
round.
I'm
That's what he's
Like-
saying.
But I'm saying
Those
that's
people still
already
gonna
there.
go.
No, what he's saying is the top guys not
And that's
not
fine.
participating at
And-
all.
And that's fine.
And more and more used to be like the top two,
Or
top three.
you just participate if you feel like you can improve your stock, like you saying. With,
Yeah.
with
100%.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's always been there. But yes, the opportunity will be there more because I do think more top guys will opt out.
Yeah,
but,
they're gonna fold
But
you.
it always happens though.
It's an opportunity for someone like a Michael Penix, right? Like nobody else here is throwing. I can come impress everybody. Unless you suck. Unless you go and suck that day. But if you go and you have a good showing, people start talking about you at least
I
for a
think
couple
guys
of days.
like Bo Nix, J.J. McCarthy, those guys needed to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if Pennis really
Okay, you saying
needed
him
to be there.
specifically, gotcha.
You know, I mean, everybody saw what he could do last
Yeah,
year.
But I think for some, all right. So for the super elites, like the top 10, 15 guys, they don't really need to be there. Penix, I don't think is a top 15 guy, right? So what Penix does is solidify what you see on tape. Bo Nix, the J.J. McCarthy's, those guys can rise.
But see, it's a Joe Milton type thing. Like I said,
Yes,
he
Joe Milton,
has to
perfect.
be there.
Yeah.
100%.
To show, the
100%.
ones that be like, dang, this dude is real. Like you saw his arm, in the touch that he had. You saw his accuracy, things like that drew attention to him. He had to be there. But some of those other guys, like I said, we got so much tape on Penix now. We don't need to see nothing else.
You know, the attention I didn't like was why the hell was Caleb Williams there? Why in the hell
He shouldn't even
was he
been there.
there
To talk.
showing video footage of him laying up with his pup? The more he talked, the
worse
more
it
and more
got.
concerned I got. You gotta be a stone cold killer to come across that laid back,
Yeah.
casual, soft, and to go out there and play like that. Because he talked like that's the guy that's gonna lead my football team.
Painted nails.
Just I was just like, oh
I
man,
I questioned his mentality a week ago. Y'all said I was crazy.
I didn't see him talk this much. But then I look at the tape, Spike. He be looking at it, but like that's the guy that talk like that.
It's like
It
two
don't-
different people.
It really is, bro. It's like a
It's
different
facts.
person.
That
He
dude
got
is-
that carving him up.
That dude do stuff. You be like, how?
Yeah. Then he come on the sideline,
same dude?
knitting a sweater.
Yeah. Turning up with his dog watching Netflix, like you said in the scene.
Oh
I
man.
don't know about that.
I'm like,
And he
bro,
went
go
to
home,
and you
bro.
talking
Why
about
are you there?
You talking about Chicago? Like Chicago ain't no city for
They
that.
might need him though.
Man, that dude chased Spencer Rattler. That's who else need to be there, Spencer Rattler. But he chased him off the block. Spencer Rattler was a Heisman Trophy candidate. Boy, he took his job and sent him
He
out
was
of
in
town.
college 8 years, right?
Who Spencer?
Spencer
No,
Rattler.
he wasn't there before years.
He went to like 7 colleges. It seemed like.
He only went to Oklahoma and South Carolina.
Damn, it seemed like Spencer Rattler was around for a long
Nah,
time.
he was there 4 years.
Man, that dude like at least 30.
Gotta be, man.
I know Bo Nix 30, bro. Check.
Bo Nix is
Bo
up
Nix
there.
gotta be 30.
Bo Nix
bro.
started
He look,
61 college games.
he look old as hell.
Insane, bro.
His face was very mature.
He wasn't older than Chris Winkie though.
And,
that nigga was
dude
like
from-
40 as a rookie.
Yeah, Spencer Rattler 23. Let me see how old Bo Nix
And
is.
dude from Notre Dame, he 27,
Yeah,
I think.
when Chris
Hartman.
Winkie played in college, he was 26 years old.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Bo Nix 24. Yeah.
Bo Nix 24.
Joe Milton
Bo
is
Nix
up there.
older than that,
Joe
bro.
Milton like 25.
We
What?
need-
They
need
changed
to
his
check.
birth certificate.
They
They
need
changed
to
his birth certificate. They
certificate.
pulled some of that other stuff.
So when we come back next Tuesday, we'll definitely have an NFL free agency recap. You got Chris Jones out here, Christian Wilkins, Daniel Hunter, Mayfield again, Hunt, Chase Young, Leonard Williams, Huff. Yeah, it's some names out here, so it's going to be interesting. Let's jump into these super chats and member stuff here real quick. Boom, Alex Hayes. I swear the NFL Combine shows similarities of the slave trade. Yeah, it did a little bit.
The whole NFL structure.
Yeah. Again, I was at the house getting ready for Sunday, and my in-laws, they were up there watching it, so I went over and had a drink or two. That's how I got caught up on what was going on. But I didn't watch it. I was like, dang, y'all sitting up there watching this shit?
Yeah.
So that's why I wanted to ask y'all.
Nah, I
They
ain't
get
watched,
millions though.
I ain't watched the Combine in a long time.
I watch it for the commentary and to hear them, the backstories and some of the stuff like that is good.
Okay, I can read the article. Is J.J. McCarthy the great white hype for this draft class? I say Drake May is another one.
100%.
agree.
Alex Hayes, both of those two, in my opinion.
I think Drake May's better though.
People, by far.
Yeah.
People cap hard for both of them, and Drake May, from my understanding, is sliding out of that number 2 spot. We're looking at Jaden Daniels has taken that number 2 spot.
He didn't go either.
Yeah, right. And I don't know how, but he's moved up in Washington, maybe looking to take him over Drake May. But yeah, JJ moving into this first round, he is definitely a great white hype. They're talking him up, but then again, we saw last year, who was it they were talking up? And they end up passing on him. Everybody just let him go. I can't remember who it was.
Will Levi?
Yep.
Yeah, because you remember at first he was supposed to be,
Because we said he was going to be terrible.
and we
And
thought
he-
he was going to be picked.
and
He
he
ended up being all right.
Yeah.
But I don't think J.J. McCartney is better
No.
than Will
No.
Levi.
Because Levis had intangibles, big guy, big arm,
Yeah, JJ
Fiery, leader
Yeah.
of the team. stuff
JJ
like
didn't
that.
have to do anything. JJ just had to not lose.
Yep.
So they went a whole half of football without passing in 2024.
That's crazy.
You'll never convince
That's
me
wild.
to hear a good
The only
quarterback.
person that like JJ like that
It's
is
Jim Harbaugh.
Of course, Manny
And
like both those
Manny
guys.
loves
Peyton
JJ.
Manning like him?
No, Manny.
Oh, Manning. Oh, he really going to be a bust.
He like both of them. Yeah.
Shout out to Manning, man.
B, I just graduated from basic military training last week.
Okay,
I've been
congrats.
Congrats,
gone
bro.
since January 9th. I've been catching up. Shanahan fraud, Nikki versus Meg, Drake leak, new True Detective, Wolves first seed, Beyonce music. Welcome back, man. I'm glad you
Damn,
survived.
Welcome, man. You should
He
have
was
left the
on
Drake league
Mars.
off there. Who cares about Drake
Right.
league?
We didn't see that.
Yeah.
We weren't looking for that, bro.
He just going through the catalog, man. I appreciate that. I'm glad there's enough there. Dang, that's crazy. They had you isolated from the world.
Right.
Yeah, you can't, you know what I'm saying, man?
Damn.
Basic training, man.
Yeah. Congratulations, Vito. Welcome back home.
Ain't no TV at basic.
Okay. All right. Well, welcome back. Adrian Wells, what's good, everyone?
What's
Member
good,
for
Adrian?
28 months.
What's happening,
That's
Adrian?
what's up, man.
That's dope. That's dope. Wu Young, FIFA loves Justin Fields more than the public service announcement.
No, I don't. PSA is doper than Justin Fields.
Y'all remember
but-
that group? Mm-hmm. Remember they went solo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, you know what he talking about?
I know what he's talking
Jay-Z
about,
came.
but I'm
He's
talking
talking
about the
I got
The
you.
group. Yeah.
When they left R. Kelly.
Honey love.
I just like Justin
Oh,
Fields
hey,
for
Mr.
Atlanta.
DJ.
Yeah, but they actually put
Before
out
that.
an album.
Yeah, was it him and Joe?
No, it
thought
was just
Joe was in that
just
group.
public service announcement.
Yeah.
It was Yippee Ki Yippee Yo.
You want to get body?
Yep, rock your body, man.
I remember that. The CD was blue, I think. I remember that.
Yes.
It was.
Anyway, Flavian, Wemby been cooking check since U17
100.
World Cup final.
Yes, yes, sir, Flavian.
That's what I'm talking about, bro. Wemby greater than Luka Doncic's.
Hey, don't be disrespectful, but
Rod,
he
you
is.
funny.
SGA is the face of the league and the MVP.
I feel you, Rob. He's a fellow Canadian, so Rob's
Rob been
him.
on that Canadian
and
whiskey.
hey, I agree with you, Rob. I like SGA.
His profile has risen a lot.
It has.
Yeah, my brother talk about him like
Gotta
no
get the
other.
dubs.
Who goes on y'all role player Mount Rushmore?
Damn, okay.
Role player Mount Rushmore.
Role player Mount Rushmore. Woo, that's a good one.
Rajon Rondo.
No, he was more than a. What are you talking about, role
Yeah,
player?
Boston win the title, bro.
I thought he was
Draymond
He's not a
Green.
role player.
Mount
Define a
Rushmore.
role player for me then. Give me an example of a role player.
Well, I guess maybe.
Who you say?
He's not a superstar.
Yeah.
He was a star though for them.
No, but this Mount Rushmore to me. I look at like Dennis Rodman would be a good one.
Dennis Rodman.
You only get 4.
You only get 4. Draymond.
Draymond definitely.
Yeah.
So Rondo is not, but Draymond is.
Because he do all the dirty work. Just all.
And what
what
accolades?
Rondo did.
But what accolades Rondo got?
Draymond Green, Dennis
got a ring?
Rodman,
Okay, both of those guys got a ring, but they also won individual awards. Defensive
Derek
Player of the
Fisher.
Years, rebounding titles.
I think that argues against the role player more
What do
so
you
than
mean?
with Rondo did.
Nah,
If they
Rondo,
got-
you remember you talking about?
I remember him being a really good player, but I'd never consider him a star or a superstar. I always considered him a role
Nah,
player.
it was Rondo, KG. Rondo was part
Robert
of the
Horry
big
got to
3.
be there.
Yeah, he's part of the big 3, so he's not a role player if he's part of the big 3.
Robert Horry got to be on a.
That's just because he
player
beat up
Mount- role player Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
Ray Allen.
So
That's why I had
Horry-
Robert Horry, Draymond, Dennis Rodman, and Derek Fisher.
D Fish.
Yeah, he hit some huge shots.
I remember what was
Huge
that shot
shot.
he hit in 0.6 seconds?
Yeah,
or
against
whatever?
San Antonio.
What about Horace
Yeah.
Grant?
Not Ron Mushroom.
Those 4. Like I said, Derek Fisher, I remember him doing great things. I was a huge Derek Fisher fan. He was left-handed, and I
What
was
about
too.
Mario Chalmers?
Chris Bosh?
What about What about Shane Battier? Because he did it in college and in the NBA.
Yeah, he did. He was a Kobe stopper. I just can't put him on the Mount Rushmore, I don't think.
All right, I like that list. Mr. Mike 334, who
That's a
had
good
the
question.
best high school basketball mixtape ever, and could you name some that actually lived up to the hype?
LeBron.
Oh,
Now there's a lot of high school baskall mixtapes that I consider
Seventh
really good.
Woods.
Seventh Woods was fucking ridiculous.
Sebastian Telfair.
Akil Carr. I don't know if y'all remember who that is.
Stephon Marbury tapes was crazy.
Oh, there's a lefty.
Mason Camp.
There's a lefty. His last name is Lovett. I can't remember his first name.
Helicopter.
No, you're thinking Melvin Levitt.
Levitt, yeah.
Nah, and they said high school.
I
But
remember
nah,
Melvin Levitt from
something
Cincinnati.
Lovett. Oh, what's his name?
Yeah. I saw him in a dunk contest one time.
Zion
in
high school tapes was crazy.
Yes, it was.
Zion.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That was crazy.
Who lived up to the hype? Skip. My brother said Brandon Jennings.
DeJuan Wagner.
did.
DeJuan Wagner. high
Marcus
school tapes.
Marcus Lovett. Go look that up. 11 years ago, that shit got 8.8 million views on Hoop Mixtape.
DeJuan Wagner high school tapes was crazy.
Yeah, Brandon Jennings. That's right, because he didn't.
He
went
lived up to the hype.
overseas. He went overseas and played who? DeJuan Wagner.
No, Brandon Jennings. A 50-point game as a rookie in the league. You know what I'm
And
saying?
he was hell in high school. He went straight. He went overseas
Yep.
instead of going to college. He was the first one to do that.
Kobe
He
high
was the
school.
first one to do that.
Kobe high school shit was crazy too. And
Look
Garnett.
at D Rose.
D Rose.
D Rose was catching windmills in high school.
Oh, he said Skip Tumalou was in high school on the first and one mixtape. He was in the 10th and 11th grade. God, dog.
Yep. Yeah, no, Skip was
Skip
hella
Tumalou
young.
was that dude.
He was.
All right. Eric Jones, Nike has, I believe, 3 to 4 women with their own shoe.
They do Ella Don, who else? I saw it.
Yeah,
I
Ella
just-
Don.
Don, what's her name?
Yeah,
Yeah,
she-
Ella
she-
Don. It's a couple of
dominant.
them
I didn't know that.
that have them now.
Oh, she done.
But she old now.
Yeah, she just retired. She got injury prone. What's the other girl name that plays with New York Liberty? Breonna Stewart has a shoe.
I remember them coming out.
Who else has a shoe? I just saw it. But there's a few of them, and they got nice looking
Jalen said
shoes
it.
too.
Jalen said it's the girl from the Aces, right? Asia.
Asia, yeah, Asia does too. USC baby.
All right. And let's see.
Sabrina Ionescu has some nice looking shoes.
That's a girl that was shooting against Steph.
Last one, Eric Jones. KC should get Keon Coleman from FSU early in the second round.
Crazy.
They
wide
really
receiver.
should, man. He's 6'4", talented, out of this world, and he will be available. And well, he may go late first, Eric Jones, but talented for sure. I like him.
This is the year the Chiefs replenish the weapons on the outside. They it's a must.
Yeah. And Keon he played at Michigan State, early in his career, and then he transferred to Florida State, and he wreaked havoc. He was hard to guard.
Punt returner.
Yeah,
He got a lot of skills.
Yeah, I like Keon Coleman.
All right, and that's it. That's the show.
That's what's up.
Yep. So we appreciate you guys tuning in. A lot of people saying OJ Mayo too. So just
Yes,
wanna-
OJ
OJ
Mayo.
Mayo,
was
yes,
crazy.
yes.
Yep.
Yes.
And,
Supposed to be the next LeBron. That was the talk.
yeah, that's what they say. But yeah, tune in next week. We'll definitely recap the NFL free agency and of course get ready for the playoffs. We have I know last I checked, there was 21 something games left in the NBA.
That's crazy. This season flew by.
Yeah,
did not.
It
It did not.
So and that was last week. So man,
It did not. It's still time left. The playoffs ain't started yet. Shit.
yeah.
March Madness.
When's
So
Selection
we'll,
Sunday next week?
Huh?
When's Selection
Yeah,
Sunday?
March Madness on the
Yeah,
way.
because Carolina beat Duke.
Yeah.
Are there
Saturday.
any good men's basketball players?
Basketball players.
Name one. Exactly. We out, Ken?
Yeah, we out. We'll catch you guys next time. Peace.
Peace.
Men's college basketball.
No. It's still good though. It's still good. I just
Ho-